Yo,
Happy holidays, Wooly. How are you?
hey, did you know that this week was the only week that the date was 25/25/25?
I did actually know that.
Can never happen
And it's
again.
the only time it'll ever happen.
That's special.
Do you know what my favorite time of day is?
Mm-hmm.
12:34. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
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 Wow. Yeah,
The
for real.
25th day of the 25th month of the 25th after 2000. Wow.
Wow.
Um,
Why do I have a feeling that someone brought this up to you like it was a fucking mind-blowing revelation?
no, I read it and I thought it was the sickest factoid. It
okay.
rules. I love little tidbits like that.
What's up, man? How was your holidays?
Going all right, not too bad, you know.
I guess they're not technically over.
They're still ongoing. But you know, we had a good time. Baby experienced her first family Christmas, so I got to, you know, she came over, she got to see all the different faces, get stimulated, get overstimulated, you know.
Oh yeah.
But overall, just like all smiles and good vibes, you know, on her part. A lot of people, a lot of new faces to be met, and she was very chill about that. Got to experience her first screaming match in front of her, so that's the classic holidays, you know. That's what's going like, hey, welcome to the family. Shit's popping off. This is how it goes. So, and it's like, of course, it's Christmas. It's the family getting together. People are going to be fucking losing their going off. And up, there they go. And is there any stop? Nope, there's no stopping it. All right.
All right. So I have a couple of follow-up questions without getting too deep in it. Where did the family holidays take place?
Over there.
You have no ability to stop this.
No.
If it was your house,
no.
You could be like, quit it. I don't care. It's my house, my rules.
No.
It wasn't.
The tradition for my entire life has been over there, you know, and we go visit and we go meet up and everybody gets together for a nice big old family dinner and it's great.
You have no ability to stop
but
this.
then shit starts popping off because it can't not. It can't not. And you're like, wow, there's just no tools in this tool belt to solve this, you know?
That's so interesting because I never witnessed even like a raising of the voice at any Christmases I've ever been to, but my family's a bunch of wasps. So instead it was polite fake smiles and silent judgment followed by crying on the 26th through the 28th.
Wow. Okay. So I've gotten to experience that now by proxy. Because through the in-law connection, I'm starting to I can catch some of that.
Oh, it sucks.
There's what you're describing.
I actually preferred the screaming match, I think, honestly.
I don't know.
It's faster. It is faster.
Yeah, but that passive aggressive poison for years on end is wild, you know. And the flippant cutoffs are crazy. But all smiles up front, you know. I'm seeing absolutely the difference between insidious dots, damage over time, versus direct crits, you know. And the way I've gotten used to it, every single holiday season we get together, the family comes together, and there's gonna be crits going down because there's just for whatever nonsense reason, two people are not going to be getting along.
So here's my follow-up question. Was the argument over some trivial ass nonsense or an old thing? Because those are the two that show up at Christmas.
It always starts as trivial ass nonsense.
Okay.
And transitions into old thing. Right? You can't not, because at a certain point, the trivialness and the energy going into it it's disproportional. It's like, hold on a minute, you can't
Why are you
actually
so mad at me for the doily, man?
You can't actually be that mad about the doily, right? Something else. Where's the weight of this actually coming from? And then, it's the old shit. We get the plumbing out, you know. I swear it's kind of amazing to have that moment where I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm in the same place where I first got my Super Nintendo when I was a wee little
Oh, it's
fucking.
the same. Oh man, that's
And
so weird. The
I'm in
same
the
exact
same
spot.
I'm in the same spot and looking around going, I screamed and went, oh my god, my Super Nintendo. Me and my brother ran downstairs, we plugged it in for the first time, and we were crawling around and having a good time. And I'm like, here I am with my kid, and she's looking around in the same place, and wow, and there's the same yelling and there's the same popping off, and jaws are flapping and yapping and people are going,
And
and
you get to sit there with all the pressure of like, cool, it's up to me to break the generational drama.
oh
All
boy,
me.
oh boy, and it's like, hey, let me see if can I go and can I de-escalate? Nope, there's no de-escalating here.
What
All
are
right,
you motherfucker, how dare
Yeah.
you try and de-escalate?
Yeah.
Who are you
Yeah, I know.
to de-escalate me,
Yeah.
your elder and the superior?
It's crazy, it's ridiculous,
I told my dad to calm down once in his entire life.
and that didn't.
I saw that was a mistake.
Yeah, no, when there's kids getting scared in the room, and I'm like, hey, maybe we can relax a little bit. That you'd think that would do it, but not quite. So this is tradition. This is where we are. Boy, oh boy, I was like, yep, some things we're gonna learn, and some things are gonna come from outside the household, and it'll just. Because I mean, at first there's a couple of years of just, wow, that's what's going on. That's it's getting loud and scary. Then eventually, at some point, it's like, I guess that's just how it goes.
Oh, they're on that shit again.
Mm-hmm. And then comes, I guess, layer 3, which is like, okay, and so this is what we don't do. You see that? Okay,
Yeah.
Now let's have the talk about what that was and why we don't do that.
If you want to get real, in there, you want to get real, like real uppity, you want to get real asshole-ish, you can start gentle parenting your older relatives. Wow, Unc, it seems like you're having a lot of big feelings, but that's not our inside voice, is it?
Oh fuck. Damn. I should have tried that shit. That would be, yeah, wow. Okay, big feelings. Yep.
Now we talked about this. This isn't the way we talk to
Now,
family
okay,
members.
now let's try again. Damn. That would have been good. Fuck. Okay, I got to bring that tech next time around, I mean, yeah, or and even just walking up with the kid and just being like, okay, so like, here, let's try that again. Let's take it from the top. I just tried dropping some of our grandmother's quotes in the name of peace, and none of that worked. Because she would always be, because back in the day there'd always be the chaos and the nonsense, and then my grandma back then when she was around would just come over the top and just start saying some shit that ended at whatever it was. It doesn't matter what you're screaming about. She'd come in and just be like, no me, no you. No me, no you. Oh, you children, and just be going off about, like, who was talking about? And she's just like, she just wants everyone to know that you exist because she does, and that's it. So whatever you're talking about, it doesn't matter. My voice is louder now. Time to listen to me.
It's my experience that the type of person, be it a work thing or a family thing or even a group setting, that loses their damn mind over some trivial nonsense in a calm, friendly setting is not going to listen to any attempt to de-escalate, no matter how ridiculous they look.
Yeah, well, because then ego gets on the line, and
because then they have to shrink.
Yes,
and they have to. You
can't back down.
They capitulate.
You can't back down. Not here in front of everybody. It's impossible. So, but again, a voice of authority from the matriarch, from my grandmother at the time, can do that for everybody. But she ain't around anymore, so there's no de-escalation.
There's a power vacuum.
Because that's it. Like, if you're fucking in your 50s and an old lady calls you a little pickney, you're gonna be like, yeah, I am a little pickney. That's.
I mean, it's. I mean, old or not, you still have people above you if they're still around.
That's what it is. So there's no hierarchy to defer to there. In any case, so lessons were learned, but other fun stuff is being learned too. She is currently popping off at the concept of clapping. And
Oh, dude, that's a great one.
clapping is tech, man.
I love that.
Because it's like, wait, why are there noises coming out of your hands? And it's
Are
like,
you happy and do you know it?
right? And it's like, you're getting this like, I have so much energy and I don't know what to, and I'm like yeah, let's put our hands together. And she's like,
There's a really specific moment that you may or may not see. I don't think I saw it, where much like a 4-year-old gaining awareness of their own existence, like is a 1-year-old or less understanding that effects happen due to causes.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I mean, there's already these moments of like, hold on, I can't put this in my mouth if there's already a sis in my mouth.
It's impossible.
What now? And then
Real like square peg round hole thinking.
yeah, it's like you can't relax, you can't do two things at once. And the other bit is like, okay, you get the little shaking kind of like maraca toys, and
Yeah.
and again,
I shake it and a noise happens.
right, and like her seeing that is, she's like, yo, right, and we start shaking on the rhythm, and she's like, right, and then it's like she puts it in her hands and she's starting to do it and click it, and she's getting really excited about the shaking and the clicking. And then like every time there's an attempt at a shake and a click, it's like, okay, but hold on, because I got to put it in my mouth too. I got to put it in my, but then I want to shake it, but I want to, but I also at the same time,
it's really vital. It's vital that I taste it.
It's like you can't shake and taste at the same time, girl.
Well, I may have mentioned it to you before. Maybe I mentioned it on my stream, but you're like constantly trying to like grab like things that your kid's not supposed to eat out of their mouth because it's not food. But at the same time, I look around, I look at like the desk, and I'm like, I could ballpark what all this shit tastes like, even though I never put it in my mouth. Huh? Why is that? Oh, because when I was a baby, put tons of shit in my mouth. I wasn't supposed to.
No, and there's a texture thing, of course, and like this is all important. They talk about how these are good things. Let them learn with the mouth, and but it's you're putting together all the bits, kind of like when you're squishing around solids and so on.
Yeah.
One bit though is like we have a toother that came from my awesome brother-in-law, and it's a Super Nintendo controller. That's that's for teething.
Oh, cool.
It's very cool. And it's like, oh, that's cute. She's holding the controller and she's like chomping on it, and it's comforting, and that's nice. And she's learning that we chew on controllers. Great. Good. This bodes well for the immediate future.
Hey, I'd like to tell you, whatever cause and effect you're going to try and teach your child, it will fail the first time. And I'm at 2.5. Still failing it every time. 100% of the time, the wrong lesson goes through on attempt 1.
Awesome. Love that. That's exciting.
Because you forget that there's like 100 preceding causes for your own like boundaries of any particular thing.
And again, like just like last time, I was talking about how it's like you can't stay up and also be asleep at the same time.
It's impossible.
But I want to, though, and like
the
idea of there being limitations in general to what is possible is currently taking its toll. It's increasing the stress. So, but that's that's all fine and dandy. I don't know. Well, again, I know that like learning to clap is something that can happen early if you can.
It's awesome
if you can get it going. But right now, it's just like every song getting enhanced with the claps. The idea of, because I mean, we had the songs and then we had the clapping. Then, oh my God, did you just put them together?
That's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can eat my whole hand. Oh, I'm barfing. Oh, I'm choking. Oh, I can't. I can eat the whole thing.
I can't believe. And then the feet are like Luke hanging. And it's just like, I can't believe you put together the clapping with the music. That's wild.
I can't do it.
That's the hypest shit I've ever seen. Good times.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, that was so long ago. It was like 6 months ago.
Yes, yes. No. So that was nice. And beyond that, had a lot of stuff going on. Had a week.
Mm-hmm. You mind if I talk about my Christmas first?
Absolutely.
So this was the first Christmas that Santa came to visit. Because we have a thinking, talking little man now. So we hyped him up like Santa's gonna come down, bring you presents. We saw, as I described last week, on the 23rd, we went and saw Santa. That was hilarious because as we walked into the little mall where Santa was at,
Yep.
all of a sudden, my little guy who was so excited to talk to Santa didn't want to see Santa anymore.
Wait.
He was, in fact, quite afraid of Santa.
Why?
Because Santa was a big man. So he talked to Santa from maybe 30 feet away in a whisper.
Okay.
And mom and dad translated him from afar.
Okay, because he's a big stranger. Yeah.
And he didn't know what to ask for. And then we're like, okay. And so we build him up.
I mean,
then,
you're meeting a celebrity. It is kind of intimidating.
And then I was like, can you say bye-bye to Santa? And he went, no. Like, okay. All right. And then we went home and we got everything ready, right? And then we put him to bed. And as we're going to bed, it is 9:45 p.m. on the 24th of Christmas. And he turns to Paige and goes, Mommy, can Santa bring me a new ball? It's 10 o'clock.
Kid.
It's 10 o'clock.
Kid.
So at 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve, we have to start explaining that, oh no, Santa's already on his way, but mommy and daddy can get you a ball later. And he was like, okay, asleep, right? So then we do the morning. Oh my God, the presents are here. And he runs right past the tree and right past the presents to pet the cat and pet the dog and wish the cat and dog good morning. And we're like, oh.
Okay.
And we're like, hey, man, look, the present's under the tree. And he goes, yeah. And it was at this moment that after talking to him about getting presents and how Santa was going to come and get him stuff, we discovered we had actually completely failed to explain what a present
was. Yeah, it's just a box with some colors on
it. Because we would say, you're going to get presents. And he would go, yeah, presents.
It's just a box with some colors on it. What is this?
Yeah. Because for his birthday and for last Christmas, we just handed him things. And here's a thing for you.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Big steps.
And so we had to, we put up the phone on the little video camera. And we're like, all right. We had to teach him to tear the thing off, which he was like very ginger about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. Great Christmas otherwise. Very, very, very swell. Kid's an angel. Though he's 2-point-something now. Pretty sure he got that 2 to 3 year old blast of testosterone.
Oh.
Because just the other day, he looked at his mom when she said, oh, no, you can't do that. And he said the phrase, you don't get to tell me no.
Oh, no. Ah, shit. The shades come down. Thug life. We're shaving now.
And Paige's mouth just hit the floor,
dude. Oh, my God. Combined with Too Bad? Yo.
Oh. Well, so here's where we're at, right?
The bullets in the gun are you don't get to tell me, no, and too bad right now. There are 3 bullets.
Yeah, get ready for this. We're
ready
also
to fire.
In the phase of his speech is very, very good enough to ask for anything that he wants. So he walks up to me and he says, Dada, can I please watch Henry ride the horsey? He is talking about Henry of Skalitz of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Oh.
Because I will play maybe half an hour of it with him a day, and I will narrate what Henry is doing, like riding a horsey or helping the man fall asleep or buying things at the store, etc. And he will every single day be like, oh, I want to see Henry ride the horsey. However, we are now in the phase of, nah, man, you already saw Henry ride the horsey, but I want to. That is the phrase that comes out of his mouth. But I want to. And then I go, no. And he throws himself to the ground and goes, ah.
Okay, so a memory is specifically unlocking of my mom and my brother laughing or like mocking because whenever I got mad as a kid, I would go, but I need it.
That's really good.
But I need
That's
it.
so funny.
And I'm like, oh shit, that's unlocking right now. I used to get teased on that.
Like when he does it, it's like, so I can see how like a emotionally immature, like aggro shithead parent would see this and go, oh, they're disrespecting me. Right. But like it's instead we have the opposite problem where me and Paige have to like put our hands over our mouths and like, because I'm like trying not to like burst out, scream laughing. Because when a tiny little person just goes, like throws themselves to the ground and then they're like their faces in the carpet. No, and then they look at you and they see that you're looking at them. They stop for a second, they freeze. Like back to it. It's so funny.
That's real anguish.
It's so funny.
Real anguish. Damn. KCD of all games.
Also, there's a million little things that are like, oh, I really wish you would stop doing this because it's really funny. So I buckle him into his car seat, right? And then I get into the car, and you know what he yells to mommy? Mommy, my seatbelt is not good. My seatbelt is not good. And I'm like, no, it is. And he goes, no, it's not.
You
like,
can't.
Come on.
It's bad enough holding the paranoia down as you recheck the straps and retighten the things and check the levels on all three sides and go, it's in place, you're secure. Only to have him yapping, going, nah, fix it though.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Don't need
and
that.
It's like, oh, you got to be strong.
That.
You have to be stronger than a small child's will.
Don't need that.
Which is pretty easy. But still, yeah, no, it's the best. It's the best.
No is just a shot to the heart, and you collapse on the ground.
And then, like, hey, are you mad at Dada? Yeah, I'm mad at Dada.
Crazy.
Like, okay. Can I get a hug? No.
Okay.
You know, like...
Okay. So question. Because right now, whenever there's been a tough day, whenever she's having a big scream cry, like it's still the kind of day where with like a little bit of time later, maybe next nap cycle, we're getting smiles again. Right?
Oh, he can't keep it together for more than 20 minutes.
So that's the thing. It was like at what
he can't maintain
at what point does when do things start staying with you? Because
you can also like just distract him out of it with like enough tickling or like a Odie chomp. Or like,
okay.
You know, like just or a glass of milk. Like you just knock him right out of it. But he's got to learn how to deal with his big feelings so he doesn't grow up emotionally stunted.
I will say that going over to the Christmas family dinner, I also did learn some tech because some parents who'd been around for longer were able to just grab kid punch girl and just like do some moves that she was like, wow!
Do a move.
And I was like, how did you? She loved that immediately. She went super straight to like, yeah. And I'm like, I need all this tech. So we got some airplane moves and we got some like mirror leans and some new shit. And I just had to watch other people like, because I'm being stupid. We're all being stupid, but we're being like stupid in your own way, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, but some stupids are more successful than others. So you can be stupid in the way that's like, and like that might get a reaction sometimes. But like this one with the wow seems to get a more consistent one. So do that.
Like by the time my guy was out of the infant phase was when I realized exactly how durable he was at every step of the process. So if you've already gone through it, you can be like 6 months old. Yeah, we can do flips.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
As long as you got their
Yeah.
neck supported.
No, I do remember. I think you sent me a photo that looked like you were mid Hurricanrana.
Yeah.
Like he was just wrangling around. I'm like, damn, he's moving. So yeah, there's big excitement when gravity comes into play.
We also had a Christmas foible. So one of the presents we got the little man was dollhouse. Comes with 3 little dolls and like a pool and like, whatever, right? And he was like, oh my God, a dollhouse. He didn't say, oh my God, but wow, a dollhouse, right? And we did not realize it, but the dollhouse had buttons on the inside that you would press them and would make a bunch of flashing lights and music come out.
Okay.
And so at first he played with the dolls, and then he discovered that.
Yep.
And he sat there and pressed the fucking button for like 35 fucking straight minutes. And we're sitting there watching him and going, oh, fuck this. And on top of that, here's my favorite part. On top of that, there was a button in the fake little kitchen. I didn't know what it was. It was a tablet. And he clicked on it and said, let's look up recipes on the tablet. And I'm like, whoa, fuck that.
Like a fake tablet?
Yeah, like a little button, like a size of your thumb that was like in the shape of a computer. And you click on it. And it's like, here's fun things we can do with the tablet. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
Boy. Okay.
So as soon as he went to bed, I crawled back downstairs, got my screwdriver, taking all the fucking batteries out of this fucking thing. Which meant the following day, he was like, oh, what? I'm like, oh, the dollhouse must be tired.
Wait, it had sounds and a screen, like an actual screen?
No, it was a fake screen. It was like it was just a button.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
But it was in the shape of a tablet.
Okay.
On the kitchen table of a dollhouse.
So something we learned, I remember hearing this years ago for the listeners, is just if you hate parents that are in your life, give them a gift that makes noise.
Lots of noise.
Give a child's gift that makes noise to people that you hate. Yeah.
So like I saw his like dopamine activity start to change within like 5 minutes of fucking with this thing.
Man, yeah.
Hey man, do you want to play Rainbow Ball? Not even a response, just click. Click. Like, okay, fuck that.
We got one. We got a noise making toy for the baby as well, and there's definitely that thought of like, did someone else give you a thing that makes a lot of noise, and you're just kind of sliding it over this way in a way? Is this a convenient repack? But yeah, at least the volume on it is pretty low, admittedly, but you need to, I imagine, be careful with those, because we have a couple noise making Fisher Price little things going on, but but we're in control of those. Yeah, and you can limit that.
We disabled the dollhouse's extraneous features, and so I had to explain to him that the dollhouse was tired. I'm like, why don't you talk to your dolls? And so I got to see him pick up one of the little dolls and start explaining to the little doll that the dollhouse is tired and doesn't make any noise anymore. And I'm like, yes, this is better. This is what the thing is for.
This tech, you've like the whole thing you've been describing with inanimate objects being tired is fucking genius. This is brilliant shit, because literally all inanimate objects, when it's time to put them away, it's because they're tired. The TV is tired. Whatever's tired. Anything is tired.
Anything that needs a charge, just give it to them at 4%.
Oh my God. Great.
What else? We also got him something called a Yoto, which is a tiny little baby radio that they put little cards in and can select their songs. And like, he loves that thing, and he will like set it to the song he wants and sit there and listen to music. And he's like bobbing his head and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, this is a good interaction with technology. This is not, I'm going to hit the rat drug button for 40 minutes.
Yeah. It's weird to look back on our shit and be like, oh, well, this was better or whatever. But there is something that is less threatening about passive tech versus hit the button dopamine response.
Got to use your brain.
Swipe, exact. Like the idea of this was on in the background, or the radio is on in the background, whatever's going on is like, yeah, it's a passive thing as opposed to
Yeah,
input.
so the biggest problem is like with your iPad is that the actual use of an iPad is inherently stimulating.
Mm,
Like literally moving icons or hitting icons is inherently stimulating.
interesting. Okay, because I'm thinking about like a Kindle or something, like early on in,
A
but
Kindle,
because it's
I mean, they need to be able to
book.
read.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is when I say obviously this is into the future, but like
Yeah.
I feel like you start there as a slow ass fucking screen that
Yeah.
doesn't animate at any kind, and you have a little e-reader and you go through books and shit, and that would be fine. But and in any case, yeah, the battery's coming out because shit is tired.
Right out. Right out. And like as I'm watching him, he's like 2.5. And I'm like, there are children that I have seen this age at a restaurant, full size iPad. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Do you not notice that the kid just deactivates the first time you give them the iPad? That your child's soul just leaves their body immediately.
It is heroin. It is heroin. You gotta, yeah. Save that for situations where heroin is needed, where there's no way out.
Yeah, the only time is a plane. You can't leave.
You're stuck
can't
here.
Get away.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by people, and then they learn. Well, the only time I get this shit is on a plane, and a plane is a weird scenario that never comes up.
You can't be soothed in transit. You can't be, whatever.
There's literally nothing to be done.
Yep.
There's literally nothing to be done.
Yep.
Somebody in the chat just says their 13 cousins are all iPad kids. Bro, I want to see a picture of your Christmas. That's wild shit. But yeah, that was the holidays.
Okay. I did see there is a definite. I saw a video of like, hey, look, Santa left some footprints behind from the presents. There's like, or it's like, I think they're leading this way, and it's like there's some snow in the house, and then the kid walks over, leans down. This is baking powder, and you're just like,
shit, that's a weird confluence of intelligence and whimsy.
And like, yeah, no, the kneel down, the analysis, and the immediate nuh-uh, and it's like, that kid's going places.
Come on,
that kid's going places, and they're just like, good. I love that. Solid.
So aside from the holidays, what have you been up to, man?
Okay, so we're learning about clapping. What else? Got to watch. I've been meaning to get around to it, but One Battle After Another.
I heard good things about that movie. I have no idea what it's about.
It's good.
I have no idea what it's about.
So the trailer is very deceptive for what it actually is. Because what you see in the trailer is Leonardo DiCaprio being this goofy, like, revolutionary dude, and he's trying, and then he meets up with Benicio del Toro, and you're like, what is going on? And he's trying to be like he's trying to be a fighter and a political power in a move, but can't remember things, and he's just kind of a comedy, like, it's kind of a goofy bit, and then they just list all the actors in the movie and then the name of the movie, and they're out. The actual film is a super goofy version of Taken that you're watching.
What?
It is a Paul Thomas Anderson ass version of Taken, and it is also about awful parenting, and it is not at all what you think those trailers are about. It's very good.
I see.
It's very, very good. It's full of wacky characters. The good Paul Anderson doesn't show up often, but when he does, he makes some good films.
Not that other Paul Anderson.
Not the other Paul
WS.
Anderson. No. It's all about the T. We're not pushing Jovovich for SummerSlam in any of these movies.
Mila Jovovich's husband,
Anderson. No. We're pushing, instead of Mila, we're pushing Tiana Taylor, who is ridiculously hot. Super solid in this. She's the pregnant woman in the trailer shooting the AK off. Fucking just, she's great. Also, just yeah, being like the 10 on 10 version of what her type of character is supposed to be. Like what you're aiming for, you're nailing it extremely well. And she's someone that initially I was like, wait, who is that for a second? I was like, oh, that's the person who you might recognize from Can We Get Much Higher? So high. Oh, oh, oh. She sings the second part of that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. But she is a solid actor and does a great job in this crazy role alongside Leo. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to, there's not much else to say besides like jump on that and go see it. It's really goofy, but great, and has a lot of the parenting aspect of the film is timely for us right now, I'd say. Yeah, it's quite timely to be watching that. So
I'm really glad that I didn't have a child during the era in which everyone in video games had a child and discovered that having children is like that era, that fucking zone of everything around The Last of Us around 2009 was so fucking embarrassing.
Are you
like, oh my god,
are you saying the
children are people?
Okay.
Like that.
I thought you were saying the best reason to have kids is because they're a media enhancer for a second.
No, it was like this weird fucking moment where we whiplashed from you need to protect Lara to, oh my god, if you had a daughter, you protect her. Whoa, this is crazy. Like, it was so fucking obnoxious and embarrassing. Remember the sad dad years?
Mm-hmm. But that's also, I mean, we just touched on this, but that's the thing I liked about Buddy, where it's just like, get the fuck off me, man.
Yeah.
Just back up with that shit. It was a full on era. Dad slop.
I don't think that's going to take off. I think that has way too many.
Well, it's coming. It was the word of the year.
Interpretations.
It was the word of the year, and the year is over. So I don't know if we can squeeze one in at midnight.
Not over yet.
Pop slop has more legs to it, though. I will say it just because it rhymes. That automatically travels. That moves a little bit better. Rolls off the tongue. Slops off the tongue.
No. No.
Hey,
pulling the ripcord on this. What'd you do with your week?
hey, again, it's a good word. It's a good word. So yesterday I started up Arkham City.
I saw.
Mm-hmm.
I saw, and I was like, really? First of all, great choice of not thumbnail of box art.
Yeah, yes, yep. That's one of the
ugliest fucking
one of the only things I knew about this game for years is I can't believe that's real. That box art is real.
It's the worst one ever. And it wasn't a good box art before all that shit either.
And no, I just remember the white high contrast, thing beforehand. But like, also when you're looking up that particular game of the year 10 on 10 Arkham City box art, you're getting different versions, including one with the fucking Harley Quinn extra side story little thing, Dante from the DMC. Like, it's so obnoxious.
Which one of these is real? I can't even tell.
Fucking crazy. That game really represents like so much of the industry at that time.
It was the 7th genest video game of all.
Of all, right? 2011.
And it is excellent.
2011, deep in. For a lot of people, it's the beginning of for a bunch of people listening to this, it's their first game that they played to completion, I'm sure. There's a number of people that are like, they got their Xbox 360s and then jumped on that. Not even on Asylum, mind you. A lot of people's first experience with Chivos.
Yes.
Going hard on Chivos.
And the Riddler.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I can feel that going into it, and and I definitely lots of fun speculation on why now. Is this a spite through, or is this a pick based on me checking out Absolute Batman? And the answer is this has been on the slate for a while. I've been meaning to come back to this pretty much right around now. I was waiting for an excuse after the next thing.
Night is like not mandatory, but like City kind of is.
So what everyone seems to talk about is like you start the series so that you can play City, and then Origins is what I ever get from everybody.
Origins has issues, and the issues is that it's like kind of buggy.
Okay. I mean, I know that I'm traveling back in time when I'm playing these games.
And Night is there if you're like, need some more. Don't care if it's not quite as good as the others. Need more of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, all in all, just one session going in, I can definitely see that. Even though, so one thing I remember this game in the office, and all I remember is Batman flying through the city, right? Just zipping lining around and doing this thing,
which is an optional thing, which is crazy.
Oh, the fact that you don't have to get those upgrades?
Yeah, the upgrades for like to go from like flying pretty good to like flying.
Yeah.
That's like a side mission. You don't need that.
Interesting. So I just remember seeing a bunch of that when people were testing it in the office, and it was like always like, oh yeah, this is a cool thing where your answer to cool Spider-Man 2 swinging is to have fun traversal through the city of Gotham as well, whereas Arkham Asylum was a smaller environment and more linear. This is an open thing. It's just funny because it's like it's fun to move around and fly and do all that stuff. It's not what Batman does. Like
it is when you see him grapple away and then you never see him do any. That's what he's doing. He's flying around.
But then he gets in the car or the jet or some other vehicle and books it. Like he doesn't actually spend like Spider-Man is swinging throughout the city.
You're completely right, and that's why they added the car to Arkham Knight, and the overwhelming response to that was like, "Fuck, go back."
Yeah, so it's cool, it's fun to do, but it's definitely like he's not going halfway across the city just doing gliding and grappling. Like he is getting in vehicles.
My Batman is,
but it's cool though.
It is cool though. I really, man, Arkham City starts off really well. I like that. Like the very first like real thing is like, you want to fight like 50 guys. Like they drop you to that courthouse. Like, no, you're gonna learn right the fuck now. You're gonna fight like 50 guys.
Yeah, and it is interesting because this is what I can say is with the combat here is that like I think I'm definitely getting it a bit more. There's still some proper full-on super comboing to learn and stuff, but with the basic hit and everything going on, I have a better understanding of it now.
Oh, I'm so sorry for hitting that microphone, everybody. So sorry about that. I'm moving this dog around in my bosom.
And I can see that the whole like it's got the whole snappiness thing to it, which is the exact opposite of like free-form loose combat in like full control systems or in different games and stuff. But I can see that like what they're going for is and I towards the end of Asylum I think I started to understand a little bit more, but like what I can fully get now is that what they're going for is Batman is not panicking in a room full of enemies. He's calm and collected, and it's
chill, man.
And so you're not mashing and going crazy. You're actually calmly dealing with the situations and perfectly timing things to be one after the other threat annihilated. Almost like concentration meter kind of way. It's it's like be calm in the middle of this overwhelming situation, which is the Batman thing to do.
Hey, I want to say something about so we the family actually watched a little bit of your LP the other day when you were in the church.
Oh,
with Harley. First of all, this is like the most Wooly thing ever. Did not know those guards had that much dialogue.
Yeah, they kept yapping.
Like,
it was crazy.
It really shows off like the difference between me and you because the frame that Y button appears on the screen, and oh wow, they have like multiple minutes of dialogue.
And I saw people going question mark, Wooly, are you there? What are you doing? Hello? And I'm like, there's content here. This is great. There's lots of talking all over the place with the bat, the boss, The
second of which is that you got during that sequence, you got a hi Uncle Wooly. from the baby.
Hey.
And then he also went, "Hi, Batman," which, okay, cool.
Cool.
But then I want to say I'm very proud of you, Wooly, because you fought off the temptation that I'm sure was very strong, because those games have an arcade mode that you can just go in and just play fucking 15 hours of the combat with fucking no sex. So I skimmed back to the courthouse fight, and I'm like, I wonder if Wooly's going to be super good at this combat. No, he's normal good. He did not take the coward's way out and walk in just like, yeah, I'm just super good at this. I'm so excellent. A+ at the Arkham City combat.
Oh, by super labbing for the last 2 years?
Yeah. I'm just really good at it. I was just really good at it. Like, no, it's like it just clicked.
Yeah.
It just clicked. Like, it's like you could do that fight with like an 87 combo multiplier.
Yeah, okay.
And you're like, I guess I really just fell into it.
Right.
And that temptation would be high.
Yeah. No, what I wanted to know was what I didn't get the first time around, which was just like, is like there's the whole like it's a rhythm game comment or whatever and stuff and all that, but that part aside, the idea of just kind of like there's the comparison initially, whatever, we don't have to go fully into it, but like when it gets compared to like Tsushima, Spider-Man, or Assassin's Creed and stuff, is that like in those games, like
there's no timing element at all.
No, there isn't. And it doesn't also lock your skills behind your high combo count, you know? So like it does let you kind of just mash to your heart's content until the next thing you want to do is possible, you know? Like a dude's coming at you and you're doing one thing and you're like, oh, just mash the counter and then you're fine.
No, you want to be chill.
Exactly, you know,
you want to be relaxed.
And I would say so what I would say is that like this is the first time I've encountered this type of combat in anything I've played, you know.
So it's weird is that you have, but since it's the first one, you actually played all the like spin-off variations that were like, nah, let's get rid of the timed presses or this or that, or there's a particular like enemy counter in Arkham City that is never been repeated in any game, and it's because it's weird.
Interesting, because like I'm also thinking because Dead as Disco has come up as you know, I played the demo for that the other day, and that's like full on musical rhythm to it, and you're not actually doing music note hitting in Arkham.
Yeah.
But also in Dead as Disco, maybe so yeah, there's the note chart element of it. There's a couple of elements of mashing to it, but I would still say that like this one where it's like it's not actually rhythm. There's just a timing to things that you have to kind of internalize.
Yeah, because like Batman will travel different distances depending on who you're aiming at, and it's actually just like throw down your next punch as soon as your current punch connects. And so the timing is going to vary between every single attack.
Exactly, and furthermore, you can mash in Dead as Disco, and any game where you can mash is automatically not like this. You know, this is the first.
I think, ironically enough, the game that's like the most similar to like Batman Combat in style is like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Huh, okay.
Because Hi-Fi Rush actually does have like the timing thing and the way that the dodges work on the beat.
And when the combo gets dropped, you can't do as much. 100%. There is a more similar thing to that. But yeah, any game that's like a superhero type of game where you're one versus a crowd and you're snapping to your enemies, that's a surface level comparison, but it's not getting into the ins and outs of like what I was expecting versus what I got, looking at it now. What I can say, and I mean, that's the same mistake, of course, that like after playing Spider-Man, for example, like going into the first Asylum, trying to do stuff like that, like I was like, oh, it doesn't work that way. What I still need to, get a better grapple on is the detective mode stuff. Because like it's so funny. The detective mode shit in those games is so funny because they wildly overdid it in the first game by making it like the best thing to keep on all the time. And every single game is their attempt to like, okay, let's figure out how to get them to turn it the fuck off sometimes. No, I don't mean the vision. Sorry, I mean the encounters, the stealth encounters, right?
Oh yeah.
Detective vision
was way harder than just fucking fighting a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. So detective vision, in my heart, I want to leave it on a lot to see the threats and make sure I can avoid them as much as possible.
It's better. It's
but
better.
but I remember how much people hated the fact that I kept it on that much. So I'm like trying to remember to turn it off more.
If you're not playing, it looks like visual garbage.
I can imagine. It was it was something where like whenever there's a like highlight the threats better mode, I'm like, great, this helps me not get caught as much and do a better job of a lot of things. But yes, it is something that I remember getting complaints about. So I'm keeping that in mind.
It's a problem that you saw. Like I saw like 50. I played almost every game that had fucking detective mode in that era, and like every single one tried a different thing of like, hey, this makes the game look like shit, but you're stronger. Like you're objectively stronger.
Yeah.
So like you ended up getting things like Witcher 3, which like zooms the camera in and slows Geralt to like a walk speed, and you have to hold the button. Like just anything to make sure people don't spend
you don't use it the whole
in
time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the Predator missions or Predator encounters, those are the ones where it's like, okay, so yeah, you go up, you jump over to the first person, and then you string them up, almost like a Spider-Man type of thing, when you're undetected. But then after that, the temptation to be like, and now I'm gonna take that guy down and then beat the guy next to him. It's like, no, you can't do that. Like you drop on one dude, that guy's gonna start shooting you because they all have guns, and also one drop is not enough to take a dude down permanently. So all you do is set your alert off, and so that's where I'm still trying to figure out, like, I know that like sometimes you have setups where you can drop under the cage or go behind the wood, for example. After that first tutorial, I haven't seen any other like pull the dude through the wall things.
They basically every time you get like a new gadget, they'll have a moment of like, check out what you can do with this new gadget. And then every now and then you'll have like a boss fight that's like essentially a test of the new ways you can use your new thing.
And so like the other thing to do is experiment with like, can I throw batarangs for noise and then they'll walk over to it or something? Like, because they group up around the first dude that's hanging, and then you kind of are like, do I just have to wait for your natural pattern to get some more vulnerable? So I'm still feeling out the fastest ways and most efficient ways to take on those encounters. But yeah, no, and I guess the other thing too is it does feel like, some of those initial combat upgrades, like you want, like it doesn't feel like
should have been part of your fucking kit,
your default kit. Like there's stuff there that like you can't really get going until you have it. I can see that now, the bonuses and the free flow stuff.
So it does that a little bit. Like in the first game, I think you had to unlock the takedown.
Okay.
I can't remember, but I feel like you did, and then you start here. And like I like when you have a series like that, like you think about Kiryu in like Yakuza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where like every game more and more moves become part of the default kit. Like he lost, Tiger Blow, because you can't start the fucking game with that. But
and there's less explanation, going into the sequel, of course, too. Like nowhere, like you get tutorials for individual moves that you just bought, for example, but at no point in this starting sequence do they actually go, okay, so here's how the combo system works, for example. You're thrown into it,
it says hit Y to counter, and you go,
yeah.
Okay.
So the whole thing about getting closer to like high combo count and then seeing like, oh, now you're free flowing, you're moving faster, and like I'm starting to see those like red trails on the attacks that are just like going boom, boom, boom for just a second, and choosing when to cash out on your takedown and stuff is just like part of the experience that you're meant to just figure out, starting to see that though. That's cool. Overall, I will say that like for that whole you're Batman in the middle of a room full of enemies, you're supposed to be calm thing, that's why that works, like lore wise for the gameplay. In most other cases, I prefer like a completely open free form action scenario, but like because it's Batman, I get like why this works.
Yeah, that combat system was built around like the fantasy of being Batman. And seeing it picked up for a bunch of games that don't feature Batman is really funny.
Well, again, like Spider-Man can just flail and web and go nuts on people.
Spider-Man's like a really good example because you have to do that, but you also have to make him like 3 times as fast because he's fucking Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man? Yes. Yeah. So that's cool. We'll continue there. Fucking sucks that every single like element of those Arkham games as a whole, music wise, is poison
Oh, it's the
for
worst.
LPing. The first time around, that whole thing, like Min had to try to work on how to get the music out. This time around, it's just like, all right, we'll just, it is what it is.
That I looked into it and then I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to spend as much time doing this as recording the fucking thing. I might as well
Sucks.
just blow through it and just move on.
Trying out, there's a feature that is remove audio, that but remove not mute, but remove music. That's on YouTube. Testing it out. I'll see what the results are there.
I'm sure it works really well.
The preview seemed like it was working, so I'm gonna commit those changes and see what happens. But yeah, otherwise you basically get these like instant demonetized for the whole Arkham series. Fucking sucks.
Goody.
Okay.
By some guy, I'm sure. Some guy owns this track, courtesy of some bullshit.
Every time.
Yeah.
Prior to that, going through Expedition 33, getting to the end of Act 2, and just a note as we go through this that it's really interesting going along and watching how. So with Reggie's going through it, he's just on the ride, right? He doesn't really like go for like the guesses or the plot gun shit or all that overthinking stuff that I go for in things, and you just let it take you there when the time comes. But I do kind of realize that I'm like, oh, like the part of me that does that, it also makes me enjoy a media more when it works out. It doesn't always, but sometimes when it does, I'm like, oh, like doing that, for example, with Elden Ring. Right?
Yeah.
That happened to work out. And so paying attention to like, what is Destined Death? What is Malekith? What's the, and then
there's a big difference to get to the Elden Ring and going, who the fuck is this guy? And
yeah,
like there's a huge difference in feel of that, which is something that happens in a lot of those Souls games. Like, are you surprised by who's at the end, or are you like, okay, I was expecting you?
Well, so when Huaralu walks out, and you're like, oh, because you've been following the breadcrumbs to that. It's a pop, but it's a pop if you ate breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
Even looking at the intro, going, wait, so far we've checked everything off this list except this one, So those are moments that I'm like, that makes me enjoy whatever the media is a whole lot more. But sometimes it's just like, okay, you just got to let it take you there, But in this case, so like we're walking through the monolith, and those black and white scenes are happening. And I remember for me, I was like, oh shit, context. Oh shit. And I was looking at each of them and trying to piece it together into what I knew.
And Reggie's like, wow, cool robot.
Let's move. and picking up the little the voice thing where like, you get the one for Aline, for example, and it describes parts of the relationships. And I'm trying to piece together who was in that scene of the black and white and how that fits into the things she just said and who she could be talking about, to go, maybe this is this. And like, this is like, yeah, no, we're just riding. We're like, okay, we'll get there when we get there,
And it's like, it depends. Cause like some games, like Expedition 33 is a game that will tell you.
Yes.
It will just tell you.
It'll get there. You'll get there and it'll be obvious. Yeah, for sure.
But some games just fucking don't. And we've played a lot of games that just fucking don't tell you shit. Like I still remember beating Dark Souls 1 and Linking Flame and being like, what? Why?
Okay.
Did I win?
But there's stuff that like, I say things like walking into Sirene and seeing what everybody sees, like that hits nice and strong when you're catching up on those conversations with everybody on the team. You're like, oh fuck, there they are. That's a big moment. It is interesting though. So anyway, yeah, we're working our way through that.
So I've been thinking a lot about how like French folks like how they get through the game without getting spoiled with the lyrics, right? Only to like very recently find out that like one of the first songs in the game is in English. And I didn't fucking
look at that.
Didn't catch it at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even tag it as English.
Yeah. Are you thinking of the man who? I forgot the lyrics, but
No,
like
I'm thinking of Linen and Cotton.
okay,
The song that plays when you enter into the Spring Meadows and you can see the indigo tree like right in the beginning of the
okay,
game.
yeah.
And
So
it's in English. And
no,
I'm like listening to it and I'm like I can catch like one word because Alice Dupal's Pelsier's fucking accent is so thick and like she's operating it.
and like and the thing is too is like there's a couple of them that are like holy shit, it's right in your face that I'm waiting that I can't wait to tell him
He's
about.
not gonna. He's.
But
I
currently
seriously doubt he'll hear it
at all. I only caught it after the fact too, right? So right now there's some really good ones that are like it's right in your face. There's the biggest one of all. And it's like
that one.
there's the biggest one of all, and I'm just like we gotta wait the whole game till this one comes out. But yeah, it's not even a thing. It's background, you know. And they do it in a really good way because like it helps when you're intermixing French, English, gibberish, Latin, all of it, you know.
I think there's a really genuinely genius thing going on with the game's lyrics in that the first vocal song you hear in the game, Lumiere, is like almost entirely gibberish.
And your
It's
brain
like
gets trained.
And like it teaches you that like
don't
the
listen.
lyrics are either a language you don't understand or
it's all dim dim da da dim dim da.
I don't understand. Parisian.
Exactly. So tune the fuck out 100%. You know, until like then I'm just my eyes are bugging out at each one of these, you know. I mean I went over to Poème d'amour like right after because I was like blown away by that whole sequence. But yeah, the whole it's right in plain sight thing is fucking sick. I love that. And then there's the dispatch. So shall we put up the spoiler cast on this one?
Do me a favor. Let me take a quick piss so we can spoiler cast this with empty bladders.
All right. BRB. All right. Let me just put a little text up there.
All right. So now you can't even be mad when you come in here and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe it."
It's right there. You can just look up and it says dispatch
spoiler cast at the top of the screen.
Yeah. All right. So, dispatch spoiler cast. What a fucking excellent game.
What a great game.
What a great game.
What a great TV show that has little video game bits in it.
A little bit of a game bit, yeah. So so here's what I'm going to say is like I feel like Tales from the Borderlands reminded me of like what I loved about The Walking Dead season 1, you know?
Mhm.
And Wolf Among Us was really great too. You know, Batman was fun. It like as time went on, I feel like I love specific parts of that more than like the overall journey compared to the others. But you know, you kind of then have the shit that you completely forget about, like Game of Thrones. I don't think a single person remembered that there was a Game of Thrones Telltale game that existed. You know,
I didn't remember until you just told me.
there you go. Right. This
Which
is
is crazy because you would think that would fucking crush it.
So this is a strong harkening back to Telltale season 1 and to Walking Dead season 1, and it was fucking excellent. I so that first session, solid bits, you know. I think I saw someone thinking that because when I was calling Blazer a psyop, I was calling Blazer a psyop. Yep. Class.
I would like to say
Yeah.
that I've been following little bits and pieces of
Okay.
what you said last week, and also the giggle, the growing in my chest.
Yeah.
As I heard you just wax poetic about what a psyop and how
She's a
the
Fed.
secret agent, whatever,
No,
Lon
okay.
Blazer is.
Mhm.
As you just like totally fell for what I would call an anti-twist that is villainous piece of shit is actually human garbage all along.
Right.
The just the in
So-
my chest, dude.
So the reason why I bring it up is because I think it's worth clarifying that when I'm going, she's a psyop, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I think she's a traitor to the team that's secretly a villain. That's not what I was getting at. I was getting at this is a like attractive, like hot girl that immediately is like showing up and like leaning in for the kiss right off the bat in a Telltale style game. There will be humongous consequences right away for going with this. So she's the first thing you get in the episode 1 is like it's too much, like it's too perfect, you know? There's no way that you're gonna lean into that and not have something blow up some way somehow in your face. That's pretty much it. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's bait. Because these games are meant to fucking come back on you in these moments. But yes. I think the in the end, after seeing, did you play with QTEs on or off?
I played with them on and was completely pointless.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw the preview for what those were, and it definitely felt like it would be distracting. I don't know, like
Completely pointless.
Mm-hmm. Nice that they were an optional thing that you could turn off, so that made for a better experience. In terms of control wise, I did find, and this is just I think it's a problem with, like, again, it's another sort of setup thing, but like I liked hacking with the controller, and I needed the mouse to click on dispatch things quicker, you know. So like I wanted to use the mouse to get right as I'm waiting for that timer to just run out. I want the mouse for those moments, and then I want a controller to go through the grid. But I think having a keyboard would help you go through the grid just fine as well. But I'm on the couch, so we're in that situation again, you know.
I controllered my way through it and didn't. I think I had like 2 misclicks
Okay.
throughout the 8 episodes, but I was pretty fucking mad when I got those misclicks.
Yeah. I was really like, there was a couple of them where I was like on trying to get a just frame answer the call, you know.
Come on, man.
Because somebody else is about to come off of
Well, that's
rest.
real life. You're trying to spread yourself too thin.
Right. And it worked out. I did manage to, with the mouse, get a couple of clutch calls at the last possible second, you know? So yeah, I overall, I think the worst one I had was like two botched calls and like 1 miss
Yeah.
or so. So overall, they went more or less okay.
So if you did quite well on it, that means you also had the experience that I did where you just completely missed out on like a very cool experience during the final dispatch.
Oh, if you fuck up,
No, if you do too well.
what happens?
So on the very first on the final dispatch. Oh, so you got on the final dispatch. If you're crushing it, Blonde Blazer never shows up.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't crushing it that hard then.
Oh god damn it! What the fuck? I stopped. That was what I was describing to you a couple weeks ago, where I'm like, cool. I skipped part of the final boss again.
Oh,
Like, dude, I was like muddling through the dispatch calls, and the only one I truly crushed was the last one. And turns out that's the only one in the whole game that has a cool event.
It's so
associated
hype
with it.
It's so hype when it happens. Yeah, and especially because she's coming off of that amazing scene in the bar.
Oh, it's the best scene in the whole game.
She's so good in the bar. Like, damn. You have that moment of Shroud being like, okay, now that's a fucking superhero. Like, you gotta give it up. Yeah, that was fucking great. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, so there was the overall. So this is one of those things too, where again, replacing walking around the office with like this little like management time thing or whatever.
Much better. It's
so
a much better
better
decision.
So much fun. Yeah.
I would actually prefer like an endless mode or some shit with this.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Arcade mode.
I definitely thought about, like, I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind going back in right now and just getting a couple more for sure. That was cool. So I'm curious about some of the places where we departed on our choices, because I'm sure, you know, there, besides the obvious, I'm sure there were some that like played out fully differently, but I'm wondering if any of the choices were so different that we got entirely new scenes. You know, is it the type of Telltale situation where, like, because I was, for example, wondering, I was like, oh, if you choose to go on to the date with Phenomenon and Blazer, does a location change occur that you otherwise don't get to?
No.
And then I found out no.
That was my first question.
Yeah.
That was my first question after I beat that episode.
Yeah. And it turns out no, because in the comics you learn about what happened there. So I go, oh, they wouldn't have illustrated this if you would have access to that scene, you know? So you get the branches that ultimately still steer you back towards variants of the same scenes, it seems like.
Yeah, no, because of the way that it's built, I really got the feeling that there wasn't going to be a massive amount of like actual divergence. Like that the diamond was at the choice diamond was actually like much smaller, and that what you would essentially get was like bits of scenes that were snipped or extended, or have Coupe or there instead of Charlie. I can't remember his name. I just called him Charlie the whole fucking
Sonar. I called him Charlie too. But Sonar. So who did you go with on that one?
Charlie.
100%. You cut Charlie.
No.
You catch Charlie. You cut Coop.
Yeah,
okay.
He turns into a bat, and he can do both. That's crazy.
So for me, it was strictly like I just put him through flight school. I just wasted a level up on him. There's no reason for this to
but also, like, for me, and the way I was building my guys, like Coop, like I don't need another fast attack hero. I already have Flambe. Like that is like the exact same niche.
Yeah, and I was like, man, fuck Flambe. I don't want to use this asshole, you know. And it's like, oh,
he's
no,
super good.
He's good.
He's actually like maybe the second best character in the game,
and he's high up on that list. You know, hey, I mean, it managed to work until it was like, nah, you got to use him now. And the game was like,
who's your MVP?
My MVP was Golem.
Yes, he was
unstoppable. He's so strong.
Oh my god!
He's so strong. It's ridiculous.
You picked the skill where he just fills the whole team.
Fill the gap.
I didn't fail one mission in the entire game that I did that on.
It's unbelievable. It's so busted. It's so busted. Who did you go with for the new member?
I went Phenomenon.
Oh, okay. I went Waterboy.
I needed Space Alien Harry Dubois on the gang, man. I needed it.
I needed Project Gyarados.
Yeah.
We initiated Project Gyarados.
You're right. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah. He's another healer. You know, I built out his int because I didn't want Charlie to be the only one.
He is straight up better. By the end of the game.
You gotta build him right though. Yeah, I really liked Waterboy, you know, the whole time, and but
I think Joel Haver does a great job as Waterboy. Very happy to see Joel get like a proper video game acting credit.
And I think I'm curious because I'm like cutting Coop. I'm like, how the fuck does the obvious payback then work out where you have a goofy Batman, Man-Bat, being intimidating?
Man-Bats most of the time.
I'm assuming he's got to be monster mode because yeah, there's no way he could be intimidating in stupid, you know, fucking crypto mode, you know. But that was one of those moments too where, you know, when the time comes and it's like, okay, are we gonna fire Vizzy, right?
No.
So that is like they bring up a point in that moment where it's like you've cut people for less, which is the classic Telltale, right?
No, you did, blonde. You did, bitch.
Exactly. The game puts it on you and you're like, oh fuck, right? Now it's got to come back on you and you got to eat that shit. And everyone is like right for being like,
I didn't do that shit.
So then you have to look at this moment and go, oh shit, am I going to be a hypocrite? Because also the whole team is against at this point and is well willing to make the cut happen. And you got to go, wait, hold on a minute, right? Yes, this is a ridiculous thing to you're super a hypocrite if you don't fire her here, but then you stand on what you did before. But that just means you fucked up before, and that was that was uncalled for, right? Mm-hmm. And so knowing that and calling that out right there, it's like a good preparation so that when it comes back on you towards the end, you're like, yeah, you should not have been fired. Actually, that was fucked up. We shouldn't have done that. That was absolutely the wrong call. Given
I did not do that. I was like, guess I made the right decision, you fucking psycho.
Nah. I looked at that as like, we were wrong for that, and this is crazy to then put this as the new standard, you know?
Yeah.
So the bits in the second session, on the actual gameplay, so I started going really slow because I think the first time around I was trying to interpret those words correctly and I made some initial wrong guesses. So I was like, okay, no, wait, hold on. What does this word actually mean? And in that, those dispatch sections took longer than they needed to. Yeah, and you know, I'm looking at them going like, okay, I can understand where some of this annoyance is coming from. There's that.
What?
And
hold on. Let me make a thread about it.
There you go. Did you make it?
I did.
Yeah, and then the Mecha Man choice, of course, where that's another one where I'm like, I'm looking at that situation going, I thought Flambe would I thought the fighting with Flambe at this point would like fuck up the synergy. I just misread what that actual decision was. So how did it play out for you?
I told them, and they all showed up at the next test, and they all took bets on whether or not it would blow up.
Okay.
It went, and then the scene at Robert's apartment made way more sense than it would have otherwise.
Yeah, because then Malevola is like, she's standing there hearing the secret and then going, wait, what, afterwards? And like, you were right there. They didn't plan for this to be a part of the game. They clearly didn't expect that.
Listen, Wooly, all that needs to be said about telling people whether or not you are or are not Mecha Man is that sometimes it's not time to just talk. Sometimes it's time to just be quiet and lie.
Again, I looked at that as like, this is probably not I looked at that and went like, not yet, because this could fuck up the synergy with the team is all I thought, and misread on that. I definitely.
Well, here's the thing. I think you like overestimated what that game was capable of.
But I'm also, so this is one of those bits where like, again, you could jump into my brain for a second here, but like everyone going like, oh, that's a lie, where I'm like, is it?
It's a lie of omission.
Because I didn't,
by definition.
Because I was so surprised by everyone calling that a lie at all, because I'm like, that's not what that read as to me. In the sense that like, when I was looking at it, when I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to fuck up the synergy right now, like is what I thought. And then the game's play on that ends up being actually more sound in a way where it goes, hey, when you go, I'm Robert, you're trying to, it makes a point to go, hey, don't dwell on the past. It's about who we are now to a team of villains. So it actually makes a better reasoning version than what I was initially thinking.
So it's complicated, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the I'm Robert speech is solid. And in that exact moment, he is telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
However, that truth is then reversed into a lie of omission in the first scene of episode 5, where he's back in the fucking suit trying to get it to work.
And the thought,
so it's this really weird thing where it's not a lie of omission when you make it, but the next scene determines it to be a lie of omission because it means that Robert didn't actually mean any of that shit.
And then the other bit too is, yeah, again, like I heard what Vizzy said right before, but again, I don't know, I wasn't piecing it. But I think like what I was like, well, I know we're working on the suit in the background, so clearly this game is leading us to a place where he's not going to show up in the suit out of nowhere, but I'm definitely going to get back in the suit because there's enough breadcrums showing us that that's going to happen.
Because if this game doesn't end with me getting back in the suit,
what the fuck am I playing for?
This game gets a 0 out of 10 for being a piece of shit.
So I know that's coming. So I'm just like, oh, should I blow up and have a fight with Flambe right now? Nah,
Yes.
let's not. That's all that I read that decision as right now. That's I saw what I saw it as. We had our bar fight. Do I blow up and have a fight with Flambe?
Fucking imagine.
You know?
I can imagine if you didn't get into the fucking suit.
That would be psychotic. So yeah, so there's that bit. There was the other bit where so with Chase, like
I'm so glad that they realized how far in advance you could call that shot. He was explaining his powers in episode 1 and why he was old. And I'm like, this is going to happen. And then 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 all that shit happened. And then he survived. And I was like, oh, you actually got me. You actually got me by just not following through on the most obvious possible thing.
You've got one run left. How are you going to use it? Yeah. And the timing on that too, where like, because he, like, while he's making his point, as a hero of sacrifice, right? As you learn.
Oh yeah, I even called out what episode it would occur in.
Wow, damn. Okay.
Because it's set up so obviously.
Yeah. So he's somebody.
And you have to have the episode where everyone's sad about him.
Right. So he's, as somebody who's everything he did was sacrifice, like with his powers and his life. You get where he's coming from when he's like yelling at Vizzy, but like he's going way over the top. He's getting drunk and going out of pocket on it, and that's where it's just like, dude, like not like that. Like,
so it makes sense though, because like he's a guy who was a proper real ass hero.
Yes.
For real.
Yes.
And he had his heroism ability taken from him due to like a fucking act of God level of circumstance.
Yep.
Meanwhile, he's dealing with people who are legit ass career criminals who are given a second chance just to do it.
Just to do it, right? Exactly. So the weight he's carrying, where he's coming from, it makes perfect sense why he would feel that way and why he'd be like, nah, fuck these villains though, right? He doesn't, and like that anger is coming from exactly where you described. Plus, when you go read the comics, which I only did afterwards, and you see the death of Mecha Man, right? You're looking at a scene where, because the original Mecha Man looked at Shroud and was like, you don't pass the vibe check on being a hero. I just don't. You can tell, can't you? And then at the time, Chase was like, hey man, lighten up. It's fine. And then it wasn't fine. Right? So he's going to be like, oh shit, the last Mecha Man looked at Shroud and went, yeah, I don't feel it from him. He's still a villain. and he shouldn't be here, and then it backfired in his face and he lost his friend because of it. So he's carrying that, looking at Vizzy and anyone else that's a villain going, fuck you, I don't trust you. He's still holding that. So you know where that part's coming from based on reading the comics as well. So like I get where the dominoes fall into place and how they fall into place, but I'm still just like, I just because I understand where you're coming from doesn't make the way you went about this correct. Getting loaded up and fucking going all in. But I understand how we got here. It doesn't make it okay, but I get it.
I think that final comic, The Death of Mecha Man, does such a great job of recontextualizing a lot of the story.
What a bitch!
So you meet
what
Shroud,
a bitch,
and
dude.
Shroud is like 10 out of 10 cool.
Confidence.
Robot fucking evil.
Making calculations.
Cloak.
Forge.
Calm, collected, knows what's going on, has all the moves. Everybody's working for him. He's incredible. And then you run into him in the bar and he's just some old guy. And it brings him down to your level. Like he's just some fucking guy. But then he puts all that shit on and he tells the scary story about how he shot your dad and all this shit. And then the end of the game, and then you find out, oh, he's actually a bitch loser and he's a liar. Like that whole story about how he shoots his dad. No, dude, you just came to a doorway and said, "What's up?" Bang.
Yeah. Takes the shot and then it fucking fumbles. There's a like Chase like fucking grabs him, but it's not fast enough, and then he can't outrace the bullet. Complete bullshit. And then you've got to tell that after the fact is how much of a badass you are, your origin story as a villain, and then also it means that hard ass Mecha Man was completely right. You did fail the vibe check. You were a huge bitch, and you fucking choked on step one after not getting what you thought you wanted. Immediately, like, grab the gun. It's amazing how the comic recontextualizes that shit. I love the also the bit where if Phenomenon is your Superman, Blazer is also not a Superman, therefore she's a Shazam, right? She's a Captain Marvel.
She's magic. Juggernaut.
Sure, whatever the case, but yeah,
I got a magic rock.
Mm-hmm. Good bit there. There was a moment where the text messaging popping up on screen, there were things like that where I'm like, I'm just not reading fast enough, and I couldn't keep up, and then like the wrong choice went through, and I redid that. But that whole build up, yeah. Even for something where you're like, stuff of this in this is predictable and stuff in it is not. I just like, as far as the team of misfits go, it's just fun hearing their banter back and forth, and then when shit gets real, the obvious like, bitch you're blind forever. Like I
think about bitch you're blind
it's
forever.
So
like,
horrifying. It's so
she
fucked up.
blinded me temporarily. No,
bitch, what the fuck you mean temporary? That's so horrifying, and that energy carrying through on all those characters is phenomenal. Like, yeah, you want a team of just like absolutely hilarious, goofy people like that, to just spend time hanging out with, and you want to spend more time with them. Like, that's why I'm like, I'd love a season 2. I'd love more of this, and to see where this goes. Because as a show, this would have been a fun show, but like,
absolutely.
But as a game, it's like standing out in the space, louder than an animated superhero show would have. I think it would have fallen back, with other superhero shows and gotten compared to Invincible more so. But it would have been a, hit or miss. Some people tune in, some people don't. Whereas as a game, it's like much more like, yo, go fucking play this,
I have one complaint, and it's about Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Robert feels a little bit too much like guy with the drive jacket in his closet, like audience member, like guy playing the game who imagines himself to be the new main character of Blade Runner or Drive or whatever.
Oh, you mean the Western equivalent of a visual novel with a high school
Yeah,
student?
he feels like a fucking like a Western isekai protagonist.
Oh, the most insert. Oh, you are Robert. We are Robert. Insert yourself into that. You're a normal guy that can pilot the mecha real cool. Yeah. I feel it.
I saw people saying this, and I have difficulty fighting it. But it, like Twilight for guys, it kind of hits.
I like.
I'm just a normal guy, and all the girls at the superhero agency want my penis and tell me about their sex dreams with me.
So we know
what?
We know why these stories are told in this way and why this is a thing. I just wish definitely that more stories set up your cast the same way, but then just put the camera inside of someone else, right? You're making archetypes and then you're making them in relation to the main character, but then just make the main character someone else. That's a wild but fun choice to do. I love when things do that. It doesn't happen often enough, you know? Let them, and he is his own person with his own, you know,
absolutely.
like bits, but yeah, I know exactly what you're describing as he walks in and everything just happens to him. There was I fucking love me some double techs, so the entirety of that last fight was super dope.
Oh yeah, everybody's working together, good, synergized, perfect.
Yeah, then there was that last choice with the doohickey, and I looked at it. So did you give him both?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I looked at it and was like, and I think I just auto completed like give him and don't give him, and then there was the both up top, and I went, we can't fucking risk beef. You can't risk any version of this playthrough where beef dies. That's insane. That's
mentality was
unacceptable.
My mentality was basically, I'm not going to risk beef. He's an adorable little guy, and I'm going to give him what he wants by the letter of the law.
By the letter of the law. Right. Yeah, it was a like yes, left, right, no type sitch.
There's a real nice thematic core to that, where Mr. I know all the odds is forced to deal with the fucking pure coin flip and just loses his shit.
Right. I know, because I heard about when you do that like essentially the odds, you gotta deal with 50-50, and what can you do about that? And yeah, create a new thread, exactly. I mean, look, all I'm gonna listen. All I'm gonna say there is, they popped up and I saw, and I got about as far as hey, remember when Wooly told that story about the car accident where someone was driving and then they suddenly I told them they went past the wrong stop.
Game, dog.
So they drove off and then they got into the car accident. Is it possible that Wooly was lying and that he was the driver and that he was being indecisive and that's what actually happened?
The story of when you were like 5 years old.
I was not 5. I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
were you driving?
No. So I just that, like, I got about as far as that comment as, did I lie about being the driver in the car accident story I told? And that specific level of insanity, I'm like, okay, that's a good time to just ignore that and go play with my daughter. And I did.
Wooly, are you crashing cars and then making up stories to deflect from your bad video game choices?
It is, like, that is the wild, it is, you know, as far as your straw man goes, that is the wildest, most extreme insane. But I saw that and was like, good time to go play with the kid.
Yeah, I actually did see that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did see that, and I started the stream that I was doing that day about like, hey, I started off like this, like, hey guys, can I add something to the Wooly Dispatch discourse? I have some complaints to make. And then I said, Uno reverse, stop it. You're all mentally ill. Stop being so mentally ill.
Okay. Just
I'm mentally ill, but I'm not being this mentally ill.
because for every discussion, whatever the feelings were, from the range of valid to invalid, that was the most insane thing I have fucking ever. I was like, wow, we're at this level. Okay, we're on the armchair, we're fucking sitting behind me, and we're going into the childhood. But anyways, that is a fucking amazing return to Telltale style games after I skipped out on the final chapter of the last one. And Telltale exhaustion was something that I don't think we said, but I felt, and it kept me. I didn't play the last Clementine story. I don't know how it ends, and
I also did not, because that third season was terrible.
it bums me out. I cared so much, and I loved those characters. And Clementine is a really competent child character in these things, was like great when she was great. But yeah, I was so over it, by the time we got here. So this kind of coming out and being a real fun return to form was excellent. I fucking loved it.
I hope they are able to put out anything more faster than this. Because this game's been cooking for a long time.
Speed of rendering, I guess. I mean, but also it's nice too that, like, okay, because it's a Critical Role joint, like heavy emphasis on voice acting, on delivery, on subtitle colors,
Yeah.
And yeah, from what they said, essentially they're going to be making a Critical Role project next, and they're currently discussing ideas for season 2. So it would be a slam dunk. I mean, obviously.
I just want to give a shout out to whoever the fuck wrote down in the same scene Cardi C and Nicki Minaj. That's fucking A+.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Again, now to go back and see the uncensored fucking dongers and cheeks out.
They're all over.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over. You see, they were like, "Oh, I wish we wouldn't have cut the sex scenes." I'm like, "What the fuck did you cut? This is the stuff that's in there."
I definitely feel like okay, for something that was going to be a show, it does. I guess it's not as practical to want different scenes or different massive variations on outcomes. It would have been nice, all kidding aside, with the whole, like, you get Vizzy or Blazer, pick one. Like, it all, like, Malevola aside, it would have been nice if, like, that was a more open thing, in general with the cast.
You could also pick nothing.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I don't know if this is one of those cases where the more you look into it, the more you can see your choices don't fucking matter. But I get the feeling probably,
there was somebody, I forget their name. I'm sorry, guy, but they were going through. It was Nidafurin. I remember. They were going through dispatch and like, let's see what the fuck happens if you just fail every call.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Wow. Silent Robert is not a weirdo.
The only thing that happens is if you fail the hacking stuff with Vizzy, because that means you're not supporting her.
Okay.
And that points to the invisible invisible girl fucking turns evil threshold.
Okay. Yeah, so once people explained to me that, like, actually it's point thresholds, and you do good and do bad, and once you cross that threshold you're going to be okay. I do say I like that better than you crushed it and then you made the wrong coin flip, or you made the wrong binary decision or so. Of course, following the themes mean you should be able to follow along and make the correct canon decisions, of course. But regardless, I do think that the threshold thing does work better for these types of games. But yeah, I guess a little more variation, where possible on some of those things would be welcome. I had another complaint,
Here's the
but
problem.
I forgot.
They can only do
now.
like lots of variation when they're like, this is the last season. Right?
Because then you have to stick with it afterwards, and
you have to have some push towards a cohesive whole.
Then you get Mass Effect. Yeah. Then you get the beginning of my part 3 is nothing like the beginning of your part 3. Yeah, so that was great.
I'm sad.
That was great. Fuck, I had one other thing that bugged me, but unfortunately I just don't remember right now, so that'll be it.
I will say the QTEs are terrible, except for one very specific QT in the bar fight. When they snap that dude's chicken arms,
Oh
you have to
yeah,
push in both
both
sticks
sticks, nice,
to the center, and it's really good.
solid bit.
Also, shout out to Chair Golem and Glass the bartender.
Glass him redux for real reels was wonderful. And the chair bit tells me, I'm like, this is so self-aware, right? There's no way to look at that and be like, nah, that's just a coincidence. Those two being deliberately like fucking like joke misleading is great. And Glass him in particular immediately into, oh, it's not so funny anymore. You know, like I was in the middle of laughing at Glass him showing up for real, and then oh no, your shroud, your final bit.
What do you mean my final bit?
How did you finish him off, and or what was
I killed his ass. I strangled his shit.
Yeah,
dirt.
Okay, yeah.
And everyone was like really disappointed, and I'm like, nah, fuck that.
No.
And then the ending slides are like, man, nobody killed Shroud, even if they said they were going to. I'm like, y'all are pussies.
No. Had to go. I didn't feel good about it, but he had to go. That's just you don't. That you can set up for your Batman rule.
Gun on my tiny ugly dog.
You can set up for your Batman rule here, but I'm just like this does not work. Nuh-uh. And
also, it's really hypocritical because like a bunch of those people in that bar fight fucking died.
Oh yeah, and these villains on the Z team has body counts, like for real. Like it's quite clear. You know, you're seeing the Bat fucking just munching on people. But yeah, no, like you fucking John Wick rules apply. Did you get over here or Spirit Bomb?
Oh fuck! I did the get over here.
What was it?
I fucking can't remember.
Okay,
the action scenes don't register. As much as,
okay,
like,
I did the Spirit Bomb because I'm just like fucking get Kamehameha, you know. But yeah, the get over here, like someone said it like it's a big punch or something to that effect.
I was really bummed out that like Shroud's fucking master plan was I'm gonna attack you with a big robot.
At the end of all things, yeah.
He's a genius. He's got everything figured out. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna attack you with a bigger robot. Oh fuck.
Apparently, if you spare him, he like shits and pisses and vomits all over the place and slips in it, and it's just a huge, super embarrassing, the worst possible thing without dying happened to him. Type of fail. So it's like if you want to really dunk, you spare him and you get to feel superior about that too. Or something to that.
Nah, for me, it's not even about like being superior. It's about you're talking about when you give him the 50-50.
Oh,
you give him the 50-50. He chooses it wrong, which is what happened.
Okay.
And then every single person attached to him starts vomiting all over themselves.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't do it because I was like, revenge for my dad or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I did it because like, you just have to go away forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk to you again.
You can stop existing. That's it. We're done. Cool. Damn it. I'm scraping, but it's gone. So
also he shot my girlfriend. Oh my God.
There was that happened too. Oh, how about the fucking brunette blazer upgrade? How about that shit? That is not a depower. That is an upgrade.
I think I couldn't. I thought it was so funny how she looks like almost exactly the same. She just doesn't have blonde hair.
Super Saiyan.
Like, it's so funny.
Super Saiyan deactivated. Yeah. It's kind of amazing.
Like, I thought she was gonna turn into like a mousy brunette with like fucking swirly glasses.
Not even, But it's just like, oh, she's not like the blonde bombshell. Oh, suddenly more attainable. No. Anyway, I like that little bit with the gem as well. That's solid. So, cool. All right, that'll do it. And if I remember the other bit, I'll bring it back up. So it is now safe for anybody who didn't want spoilers to rejoin.
All right, woo.
Broadcast
Whoa.
over.
Anything else going on with your week, man?
That's pretty much it. That was it. So yeah, we will be continuing Batman Arkham City, Expedition 33. This weekend, I'm going to be checking out Wanted Dead and Sushi Ben, because Sushi Ben looks really cool. That's the game that looks like the world of Mega Man Legends, just all vibes. And Wanted Dead is something that would have been a one-off mystery box ass fucking LP back on the old channel. And people have said that, we've been eating too good for too long. Reggie's only been enjoying good games, tasty morsels, and every once in a while you gotta dive in and experience some jank-ass bullshit. So I figure, all right, let's take a crack at it. Let's see how his commentary does under the pressure of a janky fucking
mixed.
yeah, a janky ass game as opposed to an automatically good game. Because you can sit back and just be like, wait for the game to get good and do cool things.
I love that this like first trailer on Wanted Dead has like no gameplay at all. It's just the positive reviews.
So yeah. Like
wow, it's all cutscenes. Oh, it's all cutscenes. Oh, that's such a good sign.
When you are playing a bad game, you have to make it entertaining. So let's see how this goes. And yeah, Sushi Ben for the vibes. I got some other cool like one-off stuff I want to take a look at too. So I'm labeling this as checking out. We're checking out these games, and I'll be checking out a few more things. So that's over Wooly Versus on YouTube and on Twitch.
It's funny that you mentioned eating too good, because I am also going through my trash phase right now. I started up Beat the Backlog Season 2, which the last season took 18 months to complete. This is the next batch of 101 fucking things.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I slop stream like a few times a year. It takes a minute to build that shit up. So no, special events.
So I decided to put my foot on the scale on this one a little bit. Because 65 of the entries are from chat and 33 of them are mine. And 2 of them are pages. So because I wanted to have the ability that if it landed on Pat, I could fucking jerk the wheel towards whatever the fuck I wanted the fucking show to feel like. Hey, has it been too good today? Let's do some garbage. Has it been trash for like 4 hours? Okay, let's finish on something I know people actually like.
So is the system, because like, okay, I guess because I saw it the clip where like it landed on Dadazina, and
it did. No.
And I was like, oh, I thought you put the names of the games on a list.
No. So here's the way that it works. I'm like, the list is open. The rules are, hey, this is a significant cost investment to play hundreds of games for 40 minutes. Okay. So if you want your shit to run on the wheel for a unlimited or a highly limited length of time, donate the cost of the game at the current time that you're kicking it in, usually during a Steam sale. Right? I then grab it. I put your name into a spreadsheet. I put the link to the game. I put the original cost, etc.
Okay.
And then I load it into wheelofnames.com. And then I fucking put every single fucking person's name, including mine, according to whatever they were. Because what I don't want, so the first roll was Dead Asuna, right?
Yeah.
She somehow got the very, very first one.
Ragged. Yeah.
And the last thing that I wanted was for the game to land on 1,000 times resist. And then as I'm setting the game up, everyone's like, oh, no, I want to hit the title screen and game capture kicks on the title screen. And people go, oh, and then we're in it before people even get over their surprise.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's a rolling ass start. Thus, you gotta have the name up first, and also you know who to name and shame.
And so the person who has it, the person who has it, gets to go, oh, that's me, that's my name. right? Instead of everyone kind of knowing what's going on. Also, it allows me to, because nobody has the list but me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what's on that fucking thing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So if the wheel had it, they'd just take a screenshot and be like, "Oh, I'll check back in when Grand Blue
Okay.
Fantasy Relink is the episode."
So like the first hour of 1,000 Times Resist is like the school, I guess.
Yes. So I actually did 90 minutes of that, and it's the intro in the school,
Okay.
and that was the first game on the list, which was a great start. Not robots, but still very sad, very gay.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's what you get from that first hour. Mm-hmm.
Really good. I'm also taking like incredibly quick breaks at the end of longer ones so that I can chop them up via the OBS record feature into possible future part ones.
Okay. Yeah, that's the move.
So I can just, if I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Part 1 of 1,000 Times Resist. I'm just gonna rename the fucking video.
So
just
exactly.
rename it.
So Min's got the same. We got this. I got Min doing the same system where sometimes he'll put 1 of 4, but the thumbnail will allow for it to just be 1. You know, we don't know what might continue. I will say something about that game in particular, and something I'm realizing too about myself is I don't always know when I'm jumping into a game whether it's like primarily visual novel with a little bit of gameplay or 100% walking and talking, right?
So you must have told me when we talked about it. I started it up and heard voice acting, and like my heart just relaxed. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
And I know you must have told me. But like my assumption when I see like indie story heavy is like, oh, time to work out the throat muscles.
Yep. And thankfully, yes, they have it covered here. In a really charming, quirky indie kind of way. The voice acting quality is very like amateur, but good, you know?
It's good. It sounds like everyone is getting their start.
Right. I know what you mean. Yep.
Like this is going to go on a demo reel.
Now, the what I was going to say though is that like when playing a game like that where I'm like, again, I know there's nothing besides the narrative that we're doing, I kind of have a little bit of it's just a little thing inside me that's kind of like, okay, this narrative better fucking grip me really hard because I want gameplay most of the time, and when I'm not getting it, I'm kind of like, you better fucking blow that narrative out of the water. You know,
listen, if it's just steak with no potatoes, the steak better kick my ass.
That's it. Like I will give a game where the story is nonsense, but or even mid, but the gameplay is great, way more of a leeway, you know, start than one where I'm locked in for just narrative and I'm not feeling it immediately. Boy, am I harsher on that
now,
and
luckily,
more willing to quit.
1,000 Times Resist like completely hooked me immediately. And I did the school section and was like, this shit is cooking.
Yeah.
There is a lot going on here. I you know, there's a moment where you run into that giant pigeon.
Right.
And I'm standing there. I'm like, this is a digitally recreated memory of the platonic ideal of a different person's idea of a pigeon. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous concept to put in your game. They're doing weird high level stuff. And then I got like kind of sad because I know there's people who are going to play this game and go, oh, a big pigeon. Like, no, man.
There's something going on here. Yeah. No, and it does a really good job. Unfortunately, this is one of those games where it's worth it and you're like, yeah, this is worth it going for the ride. But I'm like, I'm remembering that beginning section and being like, I'm putting up a wall of like, yo, you there's no other gameplay here, so you better nail this. And it did. It was good.
So yeah, 1,000 Times Resist is excellent. From what I played of it, I will probably go back to it on camera. That's incredibly likely. The next one up is a game called Cape Hideous, which is a extraordinarily lavishly animated MS Paint game about being a pirate in which literally all you can do is move left and right. That's it.
Okay.
You can also climb ladders.
What is it called?
Cape Hideous.
Okay.
It is super ugly, super detailed. There's no dialogue of any kind.
What the fuck? Like, What?
It is super weird.
Okay. So, is it suddenly just the time of quirky ass MS Paint games
I don't
coming back
know.
to life? Because like just today, I saw a trailer for what the fuck was it called? Bad Bitch Blasters,
Yeah,
and it's MS Paint acid trip Hilux ass RPG nonsense.
maybe.
Okay,
But yeah,
what the fuck is
Cape
this?
Hideous is super weird. You play as a pirate on a pirate ship in a weird pirate universe, and weird things happen, and you move left and right. And I beat it in 19 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
For realsies.
Okay.
Like properly beat it in 19 minutes.
Perfect for the show.
Great. Good game. Thumbs up. Next up is The Root Trees Are Dead, which I hate. I hate it. Did you play Obra Dinn?
I didn't.
Okay, so The Root Trees Are Dead is about a rich family that died, and you are trying to map out their entire family tree, and you get a fake 1998 internet connection, and so you're doing stuff like Carl Roottree, and then you find articles about Carl Roottree, and then you're like, oh, he's a CEO. Okay, put in that he's a CEO, and then you're looking through old magazines to try. Oh, here's a picture of him. Bam, and then you're trying to find out the article about his daughters, and then okay, which one is the married one? That means she's the oldest. And you're doing all this little detective work.
Yep. Pepe Sylvia simulator.
It's very, very, very much like an internet version of Obra Dinn.
Okay.
And it is really good, and it is really well put together, and it's super slick. And it has a really excellent, like, private eye kind of digging through the past kind of like insurance adjuster kind of like gameplay loop that works really well. And I hate it. And I hate it. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Fucking genealogy fucking paperwork.
Overwhelmingly positive.
And I want to fucking look. I just want to look up in the fake internet who is the oldest root tree sister, but oh, there's too many results and it doesn't give me that, and it doesn't have a real name because it's Rose, but that's a fake. Oh, I hate it.
Is it
a good game?
Is it basically logic puzzles that
yeah, absolutely.
But like it's doing like the Silent Hill puzzle style thing where sometimes you got to know stuff outside of Silent Hill?
No, it's all there.
Okay.
But you have to make like some deductive reasoning, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't. It's just a big puzzle.
Okay.
It's a big puzzle game. Made me feel dumb every time I don't know.
Lorelei and the laser eyes. Game. Yeah. Okay.
A good game. I'd recommend it to people who like anything to do with puzzles.
Hold up. What about, is Blueprints that?
Blueprints is kind of that, but Blueprints also has like a rogue thing and like an architecture thing. But then Blueprints started to make me feel really stupid and frustrated, and that means it's a bad game.
Oh, okay.
So when a puzzle game starts to make me feel really stupid and angry, that means it's bad now.
Okay.
To me. And then I'll go, wow, Blueprints is an incredible game.
Bad games make me feel stupid. Good games make me feel good.
I don't want to feel bad. I want to feel smart.
This is correct. Objectively.
I also played the Trails in the Sky first chapter remake. Which is a remake of the PSP game Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky from Falcom, the one with the redhead that looks like Asuka in it with the stick.
Okay.
This is I would call this a 1-to-1 remake in the most exacting terms. Like same script but voice acted, same scenes but 3D animated, same gameplay system but now with the tutorial.
Okay.
Right, like. And I played it, and it is a really solid, visually gorgeous, old style RPG that feels really great. And I came away going, man, I wish Square had done this to FF7. Like after Remake and Rebirth, I actually would prefer like, you know what I wanted out of the FF7 remake? I wanted like pre-rendered backgrounds with the same camera and new models on top of it with voice acting. And
not touching a single other thing.
I literally just wanted a fucking straight update.
I think so. We had versions of this conversation for years ever since the first talks of when are they going to remake 7, and I think it was like that's what a lot of people want, but then there's also the idea of like a new audience is showing up for this, and the idea of putting in all this effort but then not actually doing a new thing with it would be too much of a waste, and Square would never approve that, yada yada yada. And I think it was kind of like, okay, so we got to do the rebirth thing. We got to not rebirth. We got to do the rebuild solution.
Here's a really good example of what I'm talking about. We got a gentleman in chat who says, "F you, Pat, you were sucking Remake off all over," which is true, based on the promise that Remake makes at the end of Remake, where things are going to be really different. And then Rebirth came out, in which nothing was different at all. And then the promise. So if it was actually nothing was going to be different, you might as well just have remade the thing the way that like everybody wanted, which was just a 1-to-1 PS1 game upscaled.
Yeah, so like the Ava bit is you start faithful and then shit diverges and goes nuts.
And now we're 2 games out of 3 in, and it's like, oh, we're still like 99% faithful. And
because
like,
you have to still find a way to expensively give the remake that people want to feel in the middle of a not remake. Yeah, but you can't
get a new audience when the fucking remake is like assuming you played the game back in 97. Like it doesn't even, it's not even trading on the idea that you replayed it like relatively recently. It kind of feels like, yeah, you did it 20 years ago. Remember that? Like, no. But anyway, Trails in the Sky FC remake, super solid.
Okay.
I really liked it. Might play it again on the channel, not sure. Okay. It's also the start of the Trails series, which has 3,500 games in it.
Wow, okay. So, yeah. Okay. This is. I feel like I'm like, what? Why does this ring a bell? Is this the one, or is there? I'm looking. It's like, oh, was there like people were mad about translations or something? But
yes, they always are.
Yeah. Okay.
They always are.
Right. Okay.
So there's Trails in the Sky, Trails in the Sky 2, Trails in the Sky 3, Trails from Azure, Trails from Zero, Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, 4. Trails of Daybreak, Trails of Horizon, and most of those are trilogies. There's Trails games.
Okay.
And of course, they're all connected. And this is the first one, which is the Yakuza 1 of the series getting remade. This is essentially Trails in the Sky first chapter Extreme Kiwami.
I got a trail for you.
Yeah?
From my belly button.
No thanks, bro.
To my dick.
Really? You didn't have to. Anyway, also played Age of Decadence. It's an old-timey RPG that looks like a isometric Baldur's Gate in like Rome. I hate it.
Oh.
Don't like it.
Okay.
Don't like anything about it. That's my review. I also played Haste. Have you played Haste?
I no, but I wrote it down because somebody came into my chat and said you got to play Haste. So I bet you it was the same person.
Ass.
I bet you it was the same person. Yeah.
Haste kicks ass. Haste is it's like a roguelike runner. It feels like what I would like many Sonic games to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It controls really well. It's super colorful. The character designs are super great.
Very pretty.
The music's pumping. It's awesome. It's fucking great. Anybody who likes fast games and running should check out Haste.
Looking at so I think I added this to my cart. I don't think I bought it just yet, but looking at the trailer, does it run in this kind of frame rate? It looks like kind of choppy, but like I feel like a game like this needs to.
I ran it at 120.
Okay, yeah, this because
super rock solid.
You want it smooth as hell. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice.
Played MechWarrior 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is like the first time I've played a MechWarrior game in like decades, I think. I think we might have looked at one briefly for like Mecha Week, but I think you were playing that.
Yeah, Mecha Week we did take a look. Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man. I'm so glad that MechWarrior games all the way out here in Lord Zone 2025 are still like the clunkiest fucking weirdo games for freaks Like, why would
Mm.
aiming with your fucking gun turn your robot? Stupid. The torso's not connected, you idiot.
The
Why
whole
would you move forward by pressing forward? No, you're gassing up the acceleration. You're just gonna leave that shit on. It's the most PC gaming ass fucking shit.
you're walking in a gun on legs, man. It's falling
It's
apart.
super cool.
I
I
will
played
say,
two missions. Man, it's so clunky. It's awesome.
okay, so what I remember, because I remember checking out, yeah, a little bit of this back in the day when we did the Mecha Week, and I remember also kind of feeling though that like the memories of this clunky old mecha shit, Hawken got a better captured my
Well, Hawken is like a first-person shooter with mecha trappings, right?
yeah, but I just in terms of vibes of the robot, I remember Hawken was like, oh, this is what my childhood imagination of Mech Warrior was closer to
Yeah.
than what we got from the game from 5.
Yeah, no, Mech Warrior's actually like, all right, I've set my course. I'm gonna move in this straight line. Now I'm gonna aim at the tangent as I walk by the base.
Target is beyond inspection radius.
Oh, that's a good game. Super crazy for freaks. Like, do you want to take insurance out on your mech before you go out there for damage? Area.
Cowardice will not be tolerated. Mission failed. Are the Jade Falcons still a thing?
I don't know.
Ghost Bear's Legacy?
I don't know. I liked it though.
It was cool.
I played a game that was on almost every Japanese developer's 2025 Game of the Year list. It's called Urban Myth Dissolution Center.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is. It is a Game Boy Advance style mystery game in which you are a young woman with clairvoyance who is roaming around Japan trying to dispel or solve urban myths that may or may not be real. It's Ace Attorney, but with ghosts. You are basically playing as Fox Mulder and Dana Scully in one character.
Okay.
Looking to see if the Jersey Devil is real or if the knife alien was here.
Charming art style.
Super charming, cool visuals, crazy good soundtrack. Really, really interesting gameplay, which includes like scrolling through social media to find keywords to see if like you'll see, oh, there was a scary ghost. Oh, like let's search for ghost reports and see who's got the most likes. And then like you end up finding like the very first person to go investigate because you have to search whether or not they were doxxed because the photo of the ghost has a notable billboard beside their house.
Oh. I'm looking at this.
It's super cool. It's super stylish.
Yeah. I'm looking at the cutscenes here, and I'm just remembering that Game Boy Color Resident Evil port never quite came out, did it?
It did. It literally came out in the last week.
Wait, what?
A 97% complete version of that Game Boy Color, that Game Boy version of Resident Evil came out.
Now?
Yeah, last
what
week.
The fuck? What are the odds? Holy shit.
I believe it's actually completable.
That's crazy. I remember seeing screenshots of that and like as a promise of what was coming, and I was like, oh my god, Nintendo's the best, you fucking rule. I can't believe they're doing it. Also, remaking this entire thing with pixels on, like, it looked so stylishly cool and like different. I was like, what the fuck? That's impressive as hell. That's crazy.
Good job manifesting it, bud.
Wow. Damn.
So Urban Myth is cool. I played Wall World. Wall World's a mining game where you have a robot spider on the side of a wall, and then you dismount from the wall and then go inside and do mining stuff and get little upgrades, and then go back to the spider robot and then upgrade the turret so you can fight waves of enemies. It's almost exactly the same as a game called Dome Keeper, just rotated 90 degrees and worse.
Okay.
Which is like, and it really is like astonishingly similar to a different game with the same concept, but significantly worse.
Interesting.
Which is like a death sentence for me.
Is spelunking into the walls and Mr. Diggering into the walls more of the game, or is it shooting out at the stuff coming at on the
it's like
to the
it's
robot?
like 60-40 digging versus shooting.
Okay.
I played Hellish Quart.
Yes.
A game that you would be familiar with, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you would be.
I was there.
It has a story mode now where you ride a horse around and there's like cutscenes.
That's ridiculous. That game does not deserve that.
It controls like shit and looks like crap.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Clearly, a lot of love goes into the old-timey HEMA-inspired sword fighting history game, Hellish Quart.
So
it controls really bad. And feels really bad.
There's a key piece of the puzzle that you need to understand Hellish Quart.
What's that?
That is the old 360 Deadliest Warrior fighting game.
I do know that. Yes, I am aware of that. Yeah.
We played a bunch of those, if I'm not mistaken. This is taking that spiritual energy and successing with it.
It is a fighting game. Mm-hmm. It's a sword fighting game based off of historical sword fighting.
This is carrying the energy of Deadliest Warrior, which was funner than it deserved to be.
It just feels like complete shit. Like if this was like a Friday Night Fisticuffs, I would have been like, yo, this game is trash. And I would have just repeated that every like 15 minutes and otherwise just play my matches.
I got into it.
That doesn't mean anything, Wooly. You get in any fighting game.
Yeah, it wasn't Bushido blading it, but there's some stuff going on. There's stuff going on. All right.
Maybe this is like an unfair comparison. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know if this is like reasonable, but like, this is obviously inspired about like Bushido Blade, right?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm messing around with it, and I'm like, why does this game from 2025 control worse than a game that I played fucking 30 years ago?
Yeah,
come on.
And also, a lot of it's, if I remember correctly, too, like a lot of those ideals are more cleanly realized in For Honor, but the camera's in a different place, and also fucking Deadliest Warrior though.
I like For Honor.
Sun Tzu
before For Honor became For Honor.
It's still going.
For Honor is like probably the game that I liked the most before anyone, including me, got good at it, because that system just completely falls apart once anyone knows what they're doing.
They're
like the mid-level For Honor gameplay is really good, but the high level is bad.
It's become a completely different beast at this point, and I'm planning to. I'm working on something to see if I can.
As soon as I saw like a video of like unlock your camera to spin to fuck this, fuck this shit.
Yeah, no, there's very few instances where a like third person fighting thing where I'd feel like I prefer that to having both of us on camera at the same time.
Yeah. Anyway. Played Tower of Guns. It is a very mediocre roguelike that kind of does like Borderlands style weapon upgrades. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. I played a game called Unbeatable.
Oh.
Which I'm sure you have seen.
Yeah. So that
Unbeatable is fucking weird. It is a weird game.
Oh.
So it is a rhythm. So, okay. Bluntly, it is a rhythm game. You're hitting L1 and R1 to do rhythm game stuff on a notepad, kind of like the Konami rhythm games. It has a really good soundtrack. It is also flagrantly obsessed with Studio Trigger.
Yeah. Blatant.
It is blatant. It might be the most blatant I have ever seen of like love letter to a very specific animation studio, because everybody looks like a Studio Trigger character, specifically like a Promare character
or panty and stocking.
The shading. What's that?
There's panty and stocking stuff going on.
Yeah, or like, you know, like the shading is Studio Trigger, the look, the general concept is very fooly cooly. But the one that really like zoned in on me, I'm like, wow, these people are like obsessive freaks, is that the band you play as in the game's intro is called One More Final. which is the name of the last scene in Evangelion, which is one more final. I need
Oh,
you.
right. At the when it pops up on the eye catch. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's no like that is the only time I have ever seen the phrase "one more final" ever in my entire fucking life. So it's clearly based off of that.
There's vibes of so there's a lot of there's just some Scott Pilgriming stuff happening too.
Yeah, a little bit. It starts off really bad. Really, 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 really fucking bad. It takes about 45 minutes to start playing the game. And in between that, it is a musicless visual novel.
Okay, so you got how far?
I got 45 minutes in and then did one gameplay. And then I'm like, we need to move on. And then I went to the game's arcade mode, which turns it into a Konami rhythm game that really looks like DDR.
So where
and they just unlock a shit million songs for you to play.
1,000,000%. So 1,000,000%. So where did you stop exactly? What
I stopped
location?
after the chase scene with the cops.
Okay, so yes, what you're describing is the problem. It's stylish as fuck. It's gorgeous. It sounds great. It has an attitude about it with the whole tutorial and the starting the game out. Like it's coming from somebody that's like, I'm gonna be breaking the fourth wall constantly. And you're running around the world, and like the aesthetic it's paying service to is being delivered like phenomenally, but there's bugs and shit that are like you can run off camera and fucking get stuck.
I ran into some nasty
horrible bugs.
So
yep,
I ran into a really bad bug, which was I'm pretty good at rhythm games.
Yep,
and in the very first tutorial, I was doing the rhythm stuff no problem, like L1 for the bottom, R1 for the top, and then I got to the thing that says mash. Right? Like the mash prompt. But I hit it on normal timing, so the mash prompt never showed up. So I hit it once, and then it just passed through and failed and let me keep doing the song. And then in the subsequent police chase thing, I would get hooked by the van.
Yep.
And I would hit the button on the timing and not mash.
Nope.
Because I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And I had to ask chat what is happening. And the answer is if you hit any button during any tutorial and do it correctly, even if you're just playing along, it goes, oh, you know what you're doing, and skips that tutorial forever. And so like there's like significant parts of the gameplay that I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it wants from me right now.
That bridge cutscene felt like stuff got desynced. It was late on the timing of it for sure. There's parts where you're running around in the environment. So there's a jail that you enter right after that. You can if you like walk off the static camera from the wrong angle, it doesn't switch camera angles and you can get stuck outside of the camera, and that can happen, and you can save progress and absolutely permanently fuck up your save.
The game is
by wandering the wrong
stylish way and has tons of love put into it, and its core gameplay is super solid. The tutorials are really bad. It is pretty buggy. I had characters overlapping their dialogue prompts, and then you'd hit X and you'd skip a bunch of dialogue.
Yeah. And like the dialogue prompts, I thought that was intentional. I thought it was
it's not. I noticed that.
I thought the characters were trying to cut each other off, and it wasn't. You know, you're literally missing stuff. And then yes, on top of all of that, unfortunately, huge problem here is the pacing. Because I went past that chase, I went further in, I kept going. It doesn't change. It stays like that kind of visual novel thing with one segment of gameplay per chapter for the next 3 hours or so. Like,
that's terrible.
It super bugged me because I'm like, I'm waiting for the game to become this like, yo, let's fucking hit the tracks, let's do the music, it's coming at you, and then you get to the next section and go, and it never does that.
Elite beat agents with a story.
So now we get to this thing where almost like I was just describing with 1,000 Times Resist, you're like, okay, this is 95% visual novel, 5% gameplay.
Yeah, but I'm here for the gameplay
I'm
and the
here
music.
for,
And why does the visual novel part have no music?
and so it's not, and it's none of it's happening. And then I end up being, I went a good 3 hours in or so, and it doesn't change.
It is like the most excited I've been to boot up something and like the most disappointed I've been turning it off for a long time.
It has such cool aesthetic things going on, and the promise is there, the potential, but it just, the pacing fucks that up, and then the bugs fuck that up. Yep. And I remember, so I played it at the dev booth at PAX or MagFest or somewhere. And I played just a round of like the rhythm game, and I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, the rhythm game's super solid.
And then the demo came out and had no story mode in it. It was just the rhythm. And you picked one of like 5 or 6 songs or so, and I was like, okay, this is, the promise is here, but I kind of need to see a bit more. And then unfortunately, like, that's as far as it went, you know, because even when you do get to the rhythm story sections, like the one or two that you do are super basic, and like they're not like the best segments, you know, to get that gameplay going. So yeah, there's other ways to do this, and even in games that I had bigger problems with, like Everhood, for example, you know, for all the issues I had with that, that was a way better flawless, a way better integration of rhythm and plot together, and then keeping the pacing of like playing the musical side and then going into the story and back and forth, go, go, go. You know, it's such dropped promise.
Yeah, no, Unbeatable, super weird, like massive flaws, like huge flaws.
Fixable, but it needs more time.
Maybe I'll come back to it in like a year after like 5 patches or something like that. Speaking of, I actually played another immediately after it. I played a rhythm game called Away from Home, which is like an Earthbound style RPG in which you were doing like fairly complex, like timing, like not DDR, but more like amplitude like puzzles during every fight. Like you're tapping the shit out of it.
God
super
damn it.
Charming art style. What's that?
Away from Home is first and foremost a Drake song, second a game on Steam.
That's
unfortunate. You should look that up before you name your game.
Regardless, cool art style, very charming writing. Like really, really interesting gameplay. And I discovered 2 massive problems.
Okay.
Like cataclysmic issues. One is the tutorial music is not synced up to the beats they want you to hit during the tutorial.
Oh no. Was there like options like lag
the issue is not lag. The tutorial music is just literally not synced up
brutal
to the beat they want you to hit.
Brutal.
And it's really, really, really slow beats because they're tutorializing you. And so I failed the tutorial for like 10 minutes.
Oh man.
On like the babyest shit. And I'm like, I feel stupid. And like it's 2 notes going towards the center. And I thought you had to hit the notes on the outs, like to overlap a line that they would go over. No. And then I thought I had to hit them when the notes touched. No. You have to hit both notes when they're next to each other in the box, which is super unintuitive.
Gorgeous.
But then I figured it out, and then the very first fight has way faster beat and way more notes. At which point, okay, I know how to play amplitude. No problem. And then I discovered a few minutes later that there is no penalty for missing notes. So when there is just 100 defend notes, just mash the X button through it. And just hit every note. There's absolutely no problem just mashing through it. You don't lose your counter. You don't lose your energy. You don't lose nothing. You just mash it out.
And as long as there's no fail state for the note, as long as you hit it when it's there.
There's no fail state for the note other than not hitting it.
Okay. Oh man, this is a stylish, nice sprite fucking based game too.
Yeah. So
bummer.
Shonen Hero, the guy who recommended it, says there used to be a penalty, but they took it out, which is weird. Don't know what's up with that. But yeah, they could clean that up and it would be really, really interesting.
The trailer has a couple of shots that look like Mode 7-y, like 3D-ish gameplay. Is that a part of the gameplay too, or is it all just Earthbound?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Okay.
Only played about 45 minutes.
Okay.
A game I played for considerably longer than 45 minutes. I played a game about digging a hole. The game's title is, quote, a game about digging a hole, end quote. I beat this game on stream. Did you ever play Ridiculous Fishing?
Yeah.
It's that, but digging a hole in your backyard.
Sweet.
It's literally that. It is the exact same. It is the exact same like loop of have a tiny little shovel, dig a little bit, get some money, go upgrade, get a bigger shovel, dig a little bit, get more money, get a bigger shovel, get a bigger inventory, get a jetpack, get a dig a hole 80 meters deep so that you have to jetpack all the way out. Oh no, it's dark. Got to buy lamps. Put the lamps so that you can see.
Okay.
Super good, very satisfying. Beat it in an hour 15.
Cool. Note to everybody that do not try to do this in real life. There was a lady who decided to dig a big hole in her backyard. I don't know if you remember that story.
I do remember her, yes.
And she just kept going and got to a point where the structural integrity of her house and her neighbors' houses was being damaged by the depth of her hole. And it became a huge problem.
Yeah.
Don't just dig a big, long hole for no reason.
Also, you don't know where pipes and rainbow wires are, and you don't want to cut those. Don't want to cut it.
Oh.
If you cut a pipe digging in your backyard, you're going to have a hard day. You're going to have a bad day.
If my fucking house falls into a sinkhole because you just dug too deep and loosened the wrong rock,
there better be gold down there.
I'm going to be very mad.
There better be gold down there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Moving on. I played a demo called Texnoplasm. I'm gonna copy the title for you because
I'm gonna give that a shot. TEX.
Yeah.
No, it's not like Texnolize. The anime.
It's tough. There's a Z instead of an S as plasm.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get it? I'll just type it for you. Texnoplasm has a demo out. I played the demo. This is a first-person beat 'em up that is it's melee ultra kill. It's melee ultra kill.
Hello.
It has like the grimiest, cheapest main menu and terrible voiceover, and then you get in there and it's like, here's your punch combos, here's your parry, here's your shift to dash around enemies. Pick up melee weapons and throw them at people. Deflect bullets.
Let's go.
It's super fucking cool.
Yeah. Okay.
It's super fucking solid.
Because this is I like this. I like this. I like the vibes.
It's awesome.
Like Fight Night stuff.
Yeah. It's super cool.
Okay.
That's it. I played Bat to the Heavens, which is anime Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It.
Sure.
It's a character who can't jump, and so you have to build up a bat to hit the ground to launch yourself skyward, and then you have to swing sideways to edge yourself a little bit over and bounce yourself off a wall so you can get momentum. Oh my god, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Hate it.
Did you play Jump King?
I did not.
Okay. Because I was playing some Jump King. And no, this is not quite Jump King, because you're actually like going sideways and stuff. Okay.
I did not play Jump King.
Jump King is just going straight up, and like you can correct in midair your jump trajectory.
That's crazy.
And you gotta hold the right amount of jump, and you gotta hold the right amount of left and right. And hope for the best.
That's nuts.
But it's absolute streamer bait.
Yeah, don't like it. Don't like it even a little. I also threw in the Castlevania Advance Collection.
Sure.
Which very good ports of Circle of the Moon, Area of Sorrow, and the other one. God awful port of Rondo of Blood.
Oh.
For some reason, it is the Super Nintendo version of Rondo of Blood.
Not the Saturn?
Nope. And it is a bad port of that too.
But it got the Game Boy Color games fine.
The Game Boy games are rock solid. But god damn it, I don't know why the fuck they chose Dracula X. instead of fucking wrong. It's baffling. Baffling.
Mm.
And last but not least, for now, I threw in Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Oh,
after
yeah.
all this time.
Okay.
Did you ever touch that?
Mm-hmm. I played. I did a quick look at that.
That game is weird. It is very strange. They are throwing your ass into the deep end of multiple years of fucking gacha game storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck it, we're on a different island. So ignore all that shit.
Yeah, Grand Blue is a really it's an interesting IP because it's one where I am not interested in interfacing with this franchise unless the gameplay is a genre I love. And in this case, the fighting game and this character action style thing are genres I love. So I'm down to play with it in that way. But
it's a weird mashup of like Dragon's Dogma and Monster Hunter and like a character action game.
Mm-hmm.
All the characters feel very different. The game looks gorgeous. It's got good juice moving around. But I kind of got sold on it fairly strongly during the tutorial when you're fighting Bahamut and they're doing like FF14 style like damage indicators on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fight what is literally Tigrex, the Monster Hunter monster, in one of the earlier things.
Okay.
And he has Tigrex's moves. I'm like, oh, this is going to become a very different game by the end of it.
But you're doing it solo.
This is going to turn into Monster Hunter.
There's some
but on top of that, the first upgrade I got was Launch. Like it starts off as a very basic Dynasty Warrior style game, and then like literally the first upgrade for every character is jump and hit X to launch characters for air combos.
Get your high time.
Okay,
that's what made me curious to take a look. Exactly, you got high time going, right? And what I will say is there's a lot of different characters. Initially you're like, oh, look at all the variety of them, but they do have a bit of that like
there's overlap. There's a lot of overlap.
They're more, there's not as much to them as you would initially think. Which like for example, like Zenless has a lot of characters too, or like Punishing Grey Raven, but they're not like fucking oceans of depth to dive into. They're just basic, simple characters with like move lists.
But I do like how you're building a whole team.
Exactly. That's my point, is they're all a little, not shallow, but they're not super deep as individuals. But then you have them together and the synergy stuff builds up. And then, yes, you have the whole team.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Right.
I really like it. I might go back to it either myself or on camera, but I liked it. And that's what I got for the first fucking 3 streams of Beat the Backlog. I have another Beat the Backlog tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because that's when the Steam sale will end, which we all know this is what this fucking segment is for, so that I can show you weird shit for the Steam sale. Now, the backlog will probably come back. I might just keep it going. Fuck it. There's nothing coming out.
Now, once you clear each of these games, are you then going over to your backloggery website and updating your... Oh.
No, what I'm doing, Wooly, is... So, I don't know if you've ever spent any time organizing your Steam profile.
I did a little bit a while ago, because I put things into potential LPs, fighting games and like quick looks, etc.
So I have the following lists: favorites, play, unplayed, shit I've never booted, dropped it but could play later, done with, which has 981 games in it, and then I have beat the backlog, unplayed, and beated the backlog.
Okay.
And then I have stream code provided, not code provided.
Okay.
So if the game gets a recommend or a must buy, I put it into beat the backlog. And if the game is like, fuck this shit, I put it into done with, along with like, let me just grab a random game that's in the fucking done with folder. What the fuck is in here? Fucking The Bard's Tale or Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth.
Man. Did you ever go back to your list of Humble Bundle purchases and actually sort them out?
Nope.
This Earth will crumble away and the heat death of the universe will occur.
Organizing them is such a mess.
First. Holy shit, I bought so many Humble Bundles and I never used one. It was just like, oh, look at this deal, grab it. And I have weeks and weeks of fucking codes just sitting there. I don't even know if they're still around.
Not gonna touch it. It's too late now. But that's what's going on with me. You can check out more of that crap over at twitch.tv/PatStaresAt and youtube.com/PatStaresAt. Also, tonight at 11 p.m., Paige and I are going to be watching the Fallout Season 2, Episode 3 with y'all live. It's just going to be our heads watching along. In addition, tomorrow evening, it'll be a Beat the Backlog, but when the baby goes down to sleep, Paige is going to head over around 11 p.m., and we're going to do New Year's stuff.
Nope.
And that's it. Hey, I got to take a quick break because this dog needs to eat. He was burping on me, which means he's hungry.
BRB.
Excuse me.
Quick word from our sponsors.
I love sponsor.
All right, this week the podcast is sponsored by Factor Meals. There is literally zero time. You have no time. You think you have it, but you don't. You have none. To feed yourself, to deal with groceries, and to eat something that actually is healthy for you, you don't have time. I don't have time. There is no time.
I don't have time to heat up this mac and cheese.
Time's not even real.
This is just bite the noodles.
It's just a weird, illusion that we all go through. But
okay, Wooly, I can't get into the mechanics of fifth dimensional space here right with you now because I'm hungry.
Ignore the Tesseract. Just open your door and open the box because, hey, guess what? Factor Meals, it's there. It's delivered straight to you, and you're getting whole food ingredients. You're getting, your functional lean proteins, your colorful veggies, the stuff that actually makes your body live longer and do better. It's healthier, and you don't have to work out how to go and figure that stuff out on your own because it's complicated and there's zero time.
I'm pondering how to draw a hypercube over here, man. I don't have time to make my own food. Help.
And when you get that food in you, and there's all these artificial refined sugars and seed oil, all these things that are gonna, it's crazy. It's crazy how bad stuff can get for you. So you want it to taste good and be healthy for you, and that's what Factor is good at doing. You got 100 rotating weekly meals that you're picking from. If you're going a specific way with your diet, if you want to get high protein, if you want to get calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, ready to eat salads, they've got all of that. If you're lifting, they got a Muscle Pro collection as well for strength and recovery. So no matter where you're at, you can get healthy, good tasting food, chef picked and dietitian approved for you. So always fresh, never frozen. They're ready in about 2 minutes, and you don't have to worry about the prep time. There's no stress. You get yourself a Factor meal, you pop it in, it's good to go. And then you get back to what matters, like pondering the orb and time and this life. There is no time, but
there is to us.
If you sit and think about, you have to spend the time you have sitting and thinking about how there is no time. That's what it is.
It's just a rudimentary being of flesh and bone.
Head to factormeals.com/castle50off. Use the code castle50off. You'll get 50% off your first Factor box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renew subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easier with Factor. Thank you, Factor Meals.
Thank you, Factor.
And this podcast is also sponsored by boot.dev. That is the way to get yourself learning how to get better with programming, how to get into that world, and how to do it in a way that is actually fun. Because there's not enough things in life that make themselves fun to learn, because it can get boring, it can get dry, your brain can turn off sometimes. And just think about how many things you'd be good at right now if you could actually play it like an RPG.
I would be good at 2 more things at least.
I'm highball. I'm saying 3.
Oh man,
it'd be crazy. There's so many things I'd be doing. 3 things more if I could be RPG in it. It's crazy. But one of those things, if you're like me, I remember I tried programming and I couldn't do it. It was just above my ability to pay attention and to grasp. But boot.dev is a great way to do it because it's like you're playing through a video game. You're gamifying the process of learning. You've got these different challenges that are all these different experience levels that are basically like coding challenges. You can get through that curriculum, and for each level you beat, you're building experience. You're moving through, you're getting achievements. There's even like a season like raid boss that everybody fights all together. It's very fun. It's a creative way to go about the learning process. You've also got real human beings available in Discord for you if you need some help with anything you get stuck on as you complete quests and fight the bosses. If you are a student, you can check out all the content, and it's free to read and watch. So you get a full preview. A paid membership unlocks the interactive features like hands-on coding, progress tracking, game mechanics, and more. And you get a 30-day no questions asked refund policy as well. So yeah, that is the perfect way to try this out. The median salary for back-end developers in the US in 2024 was over $100,000, and that's a place to go if you want to learn Python, SQL, Go. You got lots of options too, so check it out. The gamification of the learning process, I think, is a dope-ass way to go. And yeah, boot.dev has something good going on with this. So what you want to do is go to boot.dev and use our code CastleSuperBeast, and you'll get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. One more time, that's boot.dev, and the code is CastleSuperBeast for 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. Thanks, boot.dev.
Thanks, boot.dev.
Okay. A couple things going on this week. Mainly big on our what we did with our weeks, less so on the news. But one wild one is, have you seen what's going on with Rainbow Six Siege?
Yes, I have. It's good stuff over there.
Crazy.
Good stuff over there.
So Siege got hacked, but they get Ubisoft gets hacked all the time.
Yeah.
But this one is like a wild play because it's not just that the game got hacked, it's that the people who hacked then gave all players 2 billion credits, unbanned
everybody who worked at Ubisoft,
banned everyone who worked there, banned all the devs, unbanned all the banned people, and gave everyone all rare skins, including dev skins, and gave everyone all the renown. And it's a ridiculous, not just hack, but destruction of the economy of the game.
So I'm pretty sure I can ballpark the gut feeling on this. So they can just roll all that back. They can literally just, beep boop and just roll everything back. But what's interesting is that before they rolled it back, in the Rainbow Six Siege Discord, there was some talk from a couple of the devs that they were going to ban people who used that currency.
Yep.
And people started to go nuts before that even got set in stone. And then official Rainbow Six Siege said, nah, we're just going to roll it all back. We're just going to roll it all back like nothing happened and anything's going to go back to the way it was. I genuinely think the plan was to give people the currency so that tons of people bought shit with that currency, and then Rainbow Six Siege killed its own game with the ban wave of people who were just going, oh cool, free money, and then bought things.
Possibly, because I saw that the second part of this was that a lot of people were saying don't even log into the game right now, because apparently there have been instances in the past where people have gotten banned for stuff that's Ubi's fault.
Yeah.
When the game fucks up, people have gotten banned for the game fucking up. So the idea that in this case they're going to discriminate, or that they wouldn't have a stupid solution like that is
I played
real.
Siege very, very for a very short period of time. And I remember seeing people talking about the time that I played it, that they would load into a match and the game would crash. And they'd load into a second match and the game would crash. And they would go to matchmake and it would be like, you keep rage quitting, you're in jail for a day. And they were like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. So I'm remembering a story that we covered some years ago, maybe, but there was a gacha game that accidentally gave people too many free coins.
I want to say it's Fate Grand Order.
And I think the solution was they put everyone's account into debt. So
for whatever they bought.
So you still got to keep it, but you had negative money and or the daily rewards would be taken away until the debt was repaid, or something to that effect, right? If
I
this
don't
is
think that's correct to do.
like, if your system doesn't allow for a full server reset or rollback to the state before things went wrong, um yeah, well, I was gonna say that, like, if you can't do that with someone's credit card if they're fucking on a premium currency that's attached to things, right? So yeah, I imagine if they have the ability to, like, just fully go like, nah, none of that happened, we're going back to the way it was right before the hack,
That's fine.
then no harm, no foul, I guess. But, like, yeah, putting people into a potential debt, the answer that game came up with was ridiculous at the time. Um, I don't know what the state of Siege is. I don't know what the, like.
I have never heard one good thing about Siege ever.
I heard people were having fun playing it. That it was a popular thing, and it was a.
Have not heard that.
Okay. I'm thinking back to, I think, when it was first, like, coming out and blowing up, and it was like, oh shit, this new Rainbow Six game is crazy.
So
And
I played it for a little bit. I played it for about a month. And my takeaway was that it was League of Legends for modern military nerds, with everything that comes along with that. All the weight of calling something the League of Legends of something.
Sure. I mean, it's also like, yeah, well, it's there's always room for the Clancy, hyper realistic bits, but also it has like the characters and stuff too, right? Like, yeah. Anyway, so that's a wild hack. You do not see hacks like this often, where they're like, we're not just going to take over the servers and clown, but we're going to
everybody gets free money.
We're going to fuck over the actual economy of the game. So, that was a thing. What else happened? So yeah, unclear what the reasoning is just yet, but one of the co-founders of CD Projekt is acquiring GOG ownership from CD Projekt, I don't know, whatever. And I guess they're just kind of like separating the GOG.
They've been pretty far
entirely
apart for a long time. That's not all that shocking.
Yeah, people are speculating maybe it's because it doesn't tie it to their stocks anymore, or if they ever get bought out, or if anything ever happens, it doesn't have to affect GOG.
Oh, it's going private. Oh, okay. That makes sense. People in chat are saying it's going private as a result of this.
Okay, yeah, they're completely separate from each other.
Because shareholders are going to be like, can you guys put DRM on there? And they would all rather burn the company down than do that.
Right. Whereas CD Projekt needs to have it has its stocks open. So yeah. Okay. Not much to that.
That's good then. That's good for everybody.
If people can't get their hands on it, yeah, sure.
Steam is number one, with GOG being like an incredibly clear number two.
Speaking of things on Steam, by the way, PSA for everybody, but River City Ransom Underground is getting delisted. We don't know when. So
could be delisted by the time you hear this.
They put out an announcement saying it's happening. So yeah, go get it.
Absolutely no information as to why.
There was it was a licensing thing. And
I mean, it always is, but they weren't more specific than that.
Because the River City and Double Dragon licenses are fast and loose. They're always fast and loose. Everyone gets one and gets one for a minute, and then maybe it comes, maybe it stays, maybe it goes. There's been so many different River City and Double Dragon games.
More like River Shitty, am I right? Thank you.
So they're not telling you when, but if you already own it, obviously you're not going to lose it. But it's just, yep, you're not going to be able to get that game soon. And that one had some cool shit in it. That one had some good mechanics. I think it had the sick breakdancer in it. Anyway, there was that. There is an unofficial Helltaker fighting game that we're seeing a bit more of. I want to say the
Cool.
first footage of this showed up sometime last year or so. Hell Versus by Kyohei is the name of it, and we saw like 1 or 2 characters doing some like training mode stuff, and it seems like it's coming along. Go check it out. There's an itch.io page, and pretty dope sprites. Given the game, like for a game that honestly just had like visual novel art as like doing most of the heavy lifting, and then this little tiny little pixel thing for the actual gameplay. I'm surprised there hasn't been like more of this world because it was such a big hit for such like limited assets for these characters that are great designs. So this is a good genre for it. Again,
I'll take her. That's that thing where the guy was like, I'm going to make my goddamn Kazuma Kiryu game with the devil girls in the suits.
That's it.
And no one can stop me.
That's it.
Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just devil harem. But it's one of those things where like for all these fan art and like fandom it spawned, the source material is so simple and like short, you know.
Well, good for them.
Yeah. So there should be more of it. Anyway, this is unofficial, but check it out. Hell Versus. I'm gonna give that a shot when I get a chance. I mentioned it earlier, but Bad Bitch Blasters is an MS Paint trippy ass RPG thing that came out not too long ago, and if I'm looking at this as a like Hylix,
wow, this is like unwatchable.
Yeah,
this is like a Newgrounds animation.
A Hylix ass nightmare of MS Paint acid trip RPG mechanics going on. But
none of the layers are correct. Oh man, this is like on purpose. I
am intrigued. God. I am intrigued by the visuals of Bad Bitch Blasters. Check that out. What else is happening? Okay, the power of one guy on IMDb.
Oh man, he's going nuts.
So
what is this dude's problem? Wooly, what's happening?
Okay, so ProZD first was like, yo, some fucking asshats deleting my credits on IMDb, and a bunch of other voice actors are like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And upon further inspection, it turns out that like one dude who then jumped on and started replying to these threads by voice actors going, I don't know what's happening, but all my IMDb credits are getting deleted from all my work. He then, this one guy basically came out and said, yes, I am doing this, and the reason is because these people are incorrectly being listed under cast when they should be listed under voice actor dubbing. And that's a category that has been introduced to IMDb a couple months ago. And so he's basically going and saying, I don't want to see, I don't want it. Where's the exact wording of it? He's like, I don't want to see dub actors being listed as main cast when they should be listed as dub actors or whatever. And then going in, and because anyone can edit IMDb, he's constantly deleting it. And whenever people are reinserting or re-adding or whatever, he's one guy deleting all of these things for every actor, for every show that he cares about. And it appears nothing can be done to stop him because IMDb has anyone edits it and they get approved pretty easily system. Wild shit. And for a number of the voice actors, they're basically he's saying these should be re-added under the correct label, but he's not doing that. He's just deleting the entries. So it's not the thing of I'm going to move it over to where I think the correct place should be.
That's your job. My job is to remove the mistake.
And that's all the person's doing. So for the reasoning they claim, they're not actually doing that. They're just going back and continuously erasing it. And it seems like nothing can be done system-wide to stop this.
You might think, well, can't everyone just once a day re-add their own credits? Won't this guy get tired? No.
If you like the energy it shows
No.
to start this campaign to begin with, then to come out and go, nah, I'm standing on this and I'm doing it for everything that I care about and fighting against everyone aggressively, you will never win. You will never
This
stop.
guy has
Infinity.
a surplus of time and an obsession with something that doesn't matter.
He has found his calling in life. This is what it is. He will literally die on this hill. Like, there's no stopping it. Unless you fucking IP ban, maybe. But even then, I feel like...
IP bans aren't what they used to be.
Yeah, I feel like a trip over to the next public Wi-Fi is going to just...
Back when we used to have static IP, man, that was all right. But nowadays,
No, the
we
entire...
need a new, more mentally ill guy.
The entire voice acting industry versus one dude. One guy being the most one guy that has ever one guyed.
If you want to see the type of personality that does this, you can go over to Justin Wang's YouTube and look up the Silent Hill 4 circumcision theory episode, in which, like, you would be astonished at how much effort some guy can go to vandalize a wiki. Because no, you don't understand.
I mean, look, man, I've read some Welcome to the NHK. You know, there is a very specific level of unemployment that we're describing here. There is a level of NEET that you hit where it's like, my life's calling is to make sure, not just to delete these things, but to make sure that anyone re-adding them to the things I've previously deleted gets re-deleted every single day.
So there's like obviously going to be an aspect of like older person now going, what are you doing? Typing this from your mom's basement, kind of like dismissal. But like the phrase, don't you have anything better to do, is always applicable to people who are wasting their time with dumb bullshit. And if you're 20 or older, you definitely have run into somebody who has just absolutely wasted a significant portion of their life with some absolutely meaningless antagonistic bullshit that doesn't mean shit to anyone.
Oh yeah, no, look, whatever the fuck is going on, it's very clear that like whatever life had in store for this person is they're not enjoying it, and they have dedicated their ground to this cause and dug their heels in.
At least I can do this.
Because this is the only thing left. It's quite clear that this is all that's going on. And, you know, they need help that I don't know they're going to get, but fuck.
Maybe the rants releases on Steam will distract them.
I'm just kind of like, it's amazing that IMDb doesn't have a fallback here to just be like, oh yeah, we have vandals all the time. Fuck that.
So that's one of those things that like every time something like this happens and you just go like, isn't there anything in? No, there's nothing. Why did you build it like this? Because we're stupid. Next question.
I mean, even Wikipedia has a fucking, this is a current event and too many people are harassing it, so lock the edit, etc., you know? Anyway. Wild shit going on over there. Also, like, it's weird because, like, I have, like, IMDb pops up weirdly sometimes with, like, incorrect credits for things all the time, and you know, it's kind of like surprising, I guess, to see that it's like, oh shit, I guess it really is important for a lot of people's credits, you know?
Who would go on the internet and lie? Who could do such a thing?
I don't think anyone working in video games was expecting it, but one of the most important sites is Moby Games, because Moby Games puts all the credits of everyone who's ever worked on any video game together and links them. So anyone in the industry, all QA testers, everybody has a Moby Games page, and it's like, out of nowhere, this is an important place for your resume.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyway, do not underestimate One fucking guy.
I will. I will.
Okay, well. All right, another thing. Hey, it's not much, but the Steam page is up for Gang of Dragon.
Yeah.
Would you believe that this action adventure takes place in Kabukicho?
Oh yeah, dude. The arch was in the goddamn trailer. I talked about the Steam page to you like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, fuck. Then yeah, they put some more screenshots out, and I took a look at them, and
it's the same goddamn street.
They're not even remotely pretending. They're not. There's like zero.
And
we knew, but also fuck you. Too bad we're doing it. Come get
like the fucking street he's on in the first screenshot. Like Bob Umusoya or whatever, the clown is like 3 feet to his right off
Bob
camera.
Utsunomiya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send your legal team after me, says Nagoshi.
I'm
hiding.
Says Nagoshi.
I'm hiding behind 100 yakuza.
You don't own the concept of a criminal.
And I'm friends with the actual criminals now.
I'm friends with them. They're my friends. I'm wearing leopard print and a spray tan. You can't do anything to me.
Just show him a picture of him back in the monkey ball days and watch him melt.
He looked really happy back then.
He did. He did. When you see him with the girls on the throne with the fucking spray tan, I don't know that he's happier. It's true. God damn it. Pre-crisis Nagoshi. Yeah. All right, not much else really. I saw an article that popped up that was basically about Japanese game developers discussing tutorials and how they're implemented in games. Because I think it started from a programmer in particular that used to work at Square and SNK, talking about how they looked at the dropout rate of players in their games, and they thought that people were getting stuck at the tutorial, and then realized that people were barely reading them in the first place and getting annoyed because it stopped them from getting into the game more often. And I guess after it took a while, but some devs are catching up to the fact that a lot of players hate tutorials and don't look for them until they absolutely have to.
Yeah, but a lot of players are fucking stupid.
There's this. Also, a lot of players are let's playing and need help when you can't find your way.
I was
to the bell tower.
Soften that, and then I was like, "Nah, fuck it. They're fucking stupid."
So, I've often said this, and even booting up, like recent fighting games, 2XKO, all these other things that are coming out now, there's always a moment I have where when you force the game into a, hey, let me explain what a fighting game is and how it works mode, and I'm like, there's ways to do this without stopping the fun, right? There's ways to do this in every genre without just putting a brakes on everything and going, sit here and get lectured to for 10 minutes before we get to it. And I think, like, what I would love that just doesn't happen often, every once in a while someone kind of does it, but you don't see it often, is just make sure that the person playing can move and do all the things immediately and get a feel for what's happening right away. Just have them moving and pressing buttons and doing things and just enjoying the system, learning how to climb, jump off of walls, do whatever the fuck you need to do. Just put them into a sandbox right immediately, right? Or if it needs to be the first level, do that too. I think something where you can essentially approach something and press, like, a button for context, press your touchpad or whatever to get a...
I think Twitch is crashing my internet.
Fucking sick.
because I'll lose my connection to Twitch and then my internet will go down, but I'll stay logged in on YouTube until the last possible second.
Amazing. So
isn't that great?
Yeah.
And so I'll be multi-streaming and Twitch will go down to like 0 frames a second. YouTube just chugging along, no problem.
Yep.
So I'll have massive red bars and like thousands and thousands and thousands of frames lost. YouTube doesn't even get a single frame lost. And I go to the stream health and it says stream health excellent.
Yeah, no. So I mean, we talked right through it, but we're back on Twitch now. But our call never dropped or disconnected whatsoever.
Yeah, no. So someone in the chat says, "Why is it only Pat?" It is not only Pat.
We are right here.
Watch me more often, thank you.
The call continued uninterrupted. Twitch itself just took a shit and came back, so we're back.
Like if I was streaming exclusively on YouTube, you would be like, "Wow, Pat really improved his internet." Crazy.
Anyway, yeah. So that's basically it, you know. And we've seen different iterations of this over the years, and I think we're going to continue to, because unfortunately, anytime someone comes up with a great quality of life solution to something in video games design wise, it takes
everyone ignores it for like 10 years.
It takes 2 generations before it becomes normalized. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I actually played a bunch of games with bad tutorials recently, and like the number one thing is like, hey, don't like the number one thing I would add to any tutorial is don't lock me in, don't like stop it and lock me in place and then make me read something. Just give me a challenge that I can't die, but also can't get past until I do the thing you're asking.
Okay.
So if there's like a, hey, you need to double jump, right? Don't freeze the game.
Right.
And say, this is how you double jump and force me to double jump. Have a fucking
God
marker
mode
on the screen that goes, this is how to double jump, and then force me to fucking double jump to get out of the room.
Yep. There's the platformers where it's like you come across a wall that requires you to jump over it the correct way. Absolutely. That's
want to teach me how to do headshots? Have me fight an enemy that can only take damage from headshots.
But if you can teach the player while they can continue to play the game and continue touching and interfacing and getting used to the feel of things, that's way more fun, way better than fucking stop and momentum kill.
Someone in the chat said Monster Hunter needs tutorials. I think it's really funny because Monster Hunter tutorials still have not improved. They've actually just made the game easier.
Oh yeah.
Like instead of like putting the work into like, oh, let's teach people how to actually do this, they would either give you like a bunch of fucking missions one after another that teach you things really slowly, or they would just make the game easier. Like the fucking low rank in Wilds doesn't teach you shit. It's just easy.
Well, I mean, isn't the whole bit that like low rank is the tutorial or whatever?
No, but like for real though, there's actually like a million different little mechanics.
No, and so that's it. I think that gets to the core of it. Also, for going further in depth, if you want to learn about stuff or whatever, have a place where people can do that. You know, like you can opt in to more information if you'd like to. But yeah, just allowing any game, any time I'm playing something, I just want to remain in control and of the sandbox and getting the feel for things while learning about what's going on. The momentum kill is such a bad feeling, and no wonder people fucking hate it, you know?
Like there was a reason that like back in the 7th gen, you had a huge amount of like first person shooters that had like a fake tutorial that was part of your character's military orientation.
Sure.
That was like
boot up,
hey,
look up, look down.
We need to test you out.
Yeah.
Look up and look down.
Aim your gun, aim down sights. Oh, there you go.
Hey, guess what? It worked.
Yeah.
It worked really well.
Yeah. Military fucking basic training for your configs.
Because it had like an in-universe context that made sense.
The press either direction to go up or down was a hell of a trick, where it's like you invert. I think
it's a really smart thing.
You invert your controls because whatever naturally you do first is correct. That's
they
really...
go, hey, look up. Oh, was that correct? No, it wasn't. Okay, invert it. Very smart.
That was smart.
Very smart.
That was a clever way to do that. Yeah.
Like, don't tell me tutorials don't work when everyone in here knows that switching to your sidearm is faster than reloading. It is.
God, that fucking Mario clip that everyone that's going around.
I don't know why people were so obsessed with it, because like, maybe I've seen too many of them.
Yeah, it's not the first time that joke has been made, you know.
I think my favorite one is like the Silent Hill 2 by Ubisoft, where it's just like a fucking nightmare mess of bullshit all over the fucking screen.
Everyone's going the Focus M line, but what's the one he says right at the end? It's the last thing I feel like the last thing
I only watched it the one time.
The last thing he says, I was like, oh, that's right on point. It's like, all right, let's party or something like that, you know? Like, yeah.
I still think that one of my favorite, I love it when devs in this industry throw shade. They used to throw shade way more often, and now everyone's like all social media conscious and shit, and it's fucking bullshit. But like, I remember when a bunch of Ubisoft people started like dogging on Elden Ring's interface, going, I don't know how this incredible game could have like the worst interface ever, and it was like the most sour grapes shit you've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure it was in direct response to the Elden Ring by Ubisoft memes.
Oh, yeah, the over tutorialized screenshot with the looking out over Limgrave.
And it's like, hey guys, maybe if you didn't flood your games with a bunch of superfluous shit, you wouldn't need all this mess all over the fucking screen.
But also, I want to say that there's probably like 5 or 6 stories we've covered over the years of like,
there's a Horizon dev that also complained, and that's true.
Of like devs shitting, like AAA devs shitting on FromSoft, salt FromSoft takes that used to come out. There were so many, right? Whether it was articles that were like, it's time for boss fights to go the way of the dinosaur.
Really? So I went back and tried to find those.
Absolute scrub.
I went back and tried to find those.
Yeah.
And I have to go off of my memory, and my memory's fallible, so it's possible that I'm wrong. But I believe, let me check the year. Uncharted 2 came out in 2009. Mass Effect 2 came out in 2010, and Arkham Asylum came out in 2009. It was an article written in 2010 after Mass Effect 2 came out, and it was it's time to give up on boss fights or something. And they basically compared BioShock 1, Mass Effect 2, Uncharted 2, and Arkham Asylum, and said the final bosses of all these games are terrible and they totally ruin an otherwise great experience. I don't even know why. And it was like the most like Western game pilled, like anti-East Asian game development, fucking cringe ass shit article. And everyone mocked it for a reason. And it got extra stupid, because I think the next year in 2011 is when Arkham City came out, and Arkham City boss fights kick ass. Arkham City has one of the best boss fights of that generation.
Boss fights need to die, says man holding a gun and a ball. Like, holy
and a copy of Boss Baby.
Holy shit, man. It's so like you're in your corner and you see nothing else. The wildest takes. The best part of video games, the exam you take at the end of learning your mechanics and trying them out. The final exam, yeah, fuck that. Get rid of that shit. Yeah, and then there was the difficulty takes, there was the get good takes, and the a bunch of stuff that Souls games were doing. There was I'm at this point 4 to 5 articles of just salt that we covered.
I feel like I've crystallized my exact point of view every time this thing comes up, and it'll come up with Dust Bloods again. And someone's going to say, there's going to be 2 wolves, right? One wolf is going to say, I think that FromSoft games should have an easy mode. And I'm going to go, nah, that's stupid. And then the next person will say, I think it would be really cool if they had an easy mode. And I'll go, oh yeah, that's cool. The word should is carrying all the weight for me.
I see. See, for me, it's just like, well, yeah, they do. You summon somebody that jumps in there and makes the fight easier. Hey, look, there's your difficulty mode. You know? Like, if you're self-imposing
What
it...
about Sekiro?
If you're self-imposing it, then...
What about Sekiro? That doesn't have... You can't summon people in Sekiro.
Yeah.
The actual answer is they want Sekiro to be hard as shit.
Sure.
For everybody.
Go grind, get a billion fucking huge, strong, come back and one-shot everything. There. You know? Yeah. It is, but it was like, that was an era. That was a full-on era, and like...
Oh, don't worry, it'll come back. It comes back every time.
Cyclical.
Every single fucking time.
Well, but the idea, but the whole, like, the FromSoft hate in particular, it's like, they have definitively won at this point, so you look more clown than ever.
Yeah, every game comes out and does more numbers than the last one.
Like, it's like, as you're yelling about how much you hate the boss fights, Mo's like, I can't hear you. What's that, Homer? So much money coming in from this Elden Ring. I can't, what's that? You just lost yourself. Like, it's just, like, you know, Miyazaki's fucking drowning in it as they're yelling about it. It just doesn't work anymore, so. Anyways.
Wait, hold on. There's a PC gaming article this year about getting rid of boss fights.
Oh boy. Oh
Again.
boy.
Are you fucking serious?
You know,
what's the name of the fucking article?
Like, the climax of the movie is so over with.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm reading it right now.
It's time that the movie climax goes the way of the dinosaur. Aren't we just over the high point?
So this is obvious rage bait, but I'm gonna get baited. I hate boss fights, and you'll never convince me that they're good, because they're not. Boss fights are a tedious holdover from a long ago era, and we'd be better off without them. And there's a picture of Artorias on the screen.
That's amazing. That's incredible. That. Hey, you clicked. You clicked. They got their click. That is incredible.
A pointless blocker of progress, a button mashing equivalent of a maze in an adventure game, a tiresome chore serving no purpose but to pad out the clock.
I mean, I'm seeing them sipping their coffee with their sweater, just like typing it in, going, like, upload this
so it's
one.
one of those things. It's like, either you're rage baiting, or you seem like a little baby.
No,
and that's a different rage bait.
But you know exactly what it is. This is somebody who's like, ugh, this is annoying. And then they get the keyboard out, and then it's annoying turns into dial it up. Because as we know, exaggeration
is
entertainment.
To my taste becomes actually, you're stupid.
I'm thinking of the specific people I know where it's like, yeah, you have that mild version of the take in your head, and then when it's time to write it down on paper, we gotta get you paying attention. So here we go. You know, in before your fucking counter arguments. Also, I only play one type of game. Good stuff. All right. Well, in any case, you know, not much else going on. And I truly didn't feel like going into 15 other AI related stories. I'm fucking burnt out on it. So
yeah, they're doing a lot of AIs in your video games.
I honestly just don't care to pull it in unless it's particular.
You should probably assume, particularly if the developers from Japan, they're gonna use a little AI as a treat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, true. I was gonna pop in surprise Dragon Ball FighterZ mod before Wanted Dead on Saturday. So the same creator that made Dio for Dragon Ball FighterZ has made fucking Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh, and these are the most insane overhaul mod characters ever, because they're completely faithful and have their own systems. So Dio doesn't play like a Dragon Ball character. He plays like a JoJo character in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I'm going to look this up right now.
And now Yugi has cards and a card system and multiple monsters and a whole fucking bit he does where he's just super accurate. So
Wow. Yugi in Dragon Ball did not get the results I wanted.
Yugi DBFZ is probably what you want to do.
There we go.
Insanely impressive mod work. Like, one person took him a year to do it. So yep.
Wow, this is impressive. Holy shit.
The modders are doing God's work out there. Amazing shit. And I mean, you know, we saw what happened with the Marvel 3 and Marvel Infinite modding people and stuff. And some of them gone on to work on their own projects too. For example, Wistful Hopes, who did a bunch of crazy mods for putting Goku in games where Goku doesn't belong, like Strive and Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball. Mod some other stuff. Marvel as well is working on a Saturday AM fighting game, I think it's called, or something like that. New fighting game that I just got announced. So yeah, the modders are doing some cool shit.
It's me, Goku.
Gonna peep out that mod. I saw the Dio one, but now that there's two, I'm like, okay, that's worth looking into.
Needs to be a third one so you can do a whole team.
You can do a whole team, exactly. Yeah. So, and there's even what I'm always interested in too is like how they implement them into the game. Because is it a case where you have to just replace a character that exists entirely, or do you have an elegant way to select them? Because not every game allows a mod that puts extra slots into the game. And they did something really elegant here, which is hold a trigger button to get the original character on that slot. So Dio gets replaced by Cell, or Cell gets replaced by Dio. But if you hold triggers, you can get back the original picks and stuff like that. You know. So yeah, that's a pretty nice way you don't lose anything. Unfortunately, though, I think it means that like you can't pick both at the same time.
Oh, that's a bummer because like I won't play Cell.
Yeah, so you know these are the limitations. You got to pick a slot to override, and Yugi replaces Android 17. Anyways, cool stuff. All right, let's take some letters.
Hey, if you want to send in a letter, send it to castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. That's castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com.
Okay, let's see here. We have one coming in.
This is the last letters of the year. Somebody's right. Wow.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I hope it's such a good one to end the year on. It's not just the email equivalent of dick butt.
Ocean Blow says, "Hello, Pooley and Watt. My friend goes so had
This is such a good email
with his take that any game can be considered an RPG. So hard he will say Tetris can be an RPG. Are you playing the role of someone playing Tetris? How hard can I call him a dumbass?"
Your friend's an idiot, but he's not going to budge because he's technically correct through linguistics, but he's not correct through like actual use of genre term.
Because we have come to a place where video games have been around long enough that we know what the genres are, but their naming are all terrible.
Yeah, no, this is the kind of moron that you'll talk to and you'll be like, hey, don't eat that. That's not food. And he's like, well, I can chew it up and put it in my mouth and swallow it. That makes it food. And then you get into the most shit-ass semantic argument that's existed and just let your friend eat the batteries. Just don't stop him.
If you want live in front of you, just an easy demonstration of how terrible our video game naming conventions are, go to Steam and click on the word
RPG. It's the worst.
Fighting. Click on the word fighting and just see what pops up. It's absolute nonsense. Does this game have conflict in it? I guess that's a fighting game. Like, it's so insane. Labels are dumb for video games. They're dumber than ever.
RPGs are based off of like early visual novels in Japan or Dungeons and Dragons. And like that's the two simultaneous things in video games. And things flow from those genres and those genre designations and specifications in history. But whatever, man. It's Borderlands RPG because it got numbers.
Tabletop. Is fucking our card games tabletop games? Are they not played on the top of a table? Shit.
Yeah. They are. I think Steam tags are awesome, but I think Steam tags are run by insane people who don't know what the fuck a genre is.
And as we just established, IMDb guy will fight you forever and then die before you can correctly update any of these tags. So, all right.
What a great email.
Trevor.
What?
Trevor says, "Dear Pizza Cutter and Snatch." The move, not the slang. Yeah. I share Wooly's joy in seeing the passage of time in video games, especially when it leads to protege characters being made. It gives devs a good reason to mix up the gameplay formula in a significant way without fully discarding the game's core ideas. I also realize this is done with non-protege characters to a similar extent that I can't quite understand. What do you think is the difference between protege characters like Nero and non-proteges? I can't even think of a name. Like Zero, Mega Man X, who shake up the formula in their respective games. Is it just a difference of flavor, visual, or story-wise? And then what are examples that you like in the genre? So I would say that your distinction there with Zero is that Nero is a protege in that he inherits the role, whereas I would call Zero a co-star.
Yeah,
right?
X inherits the role from Zero.
Well, X inherits from Mega Man, you know?
Well, yeah.
But if you have two playable characters, I mean, yeah, the beginning of Mega Man X1, yes, but whenever you have multiple playable characters, you're talking about a co-star. You're talking about, like, you know, somebody who shows you a different way to play the formula of the game that you've gotten used to. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he is the, like, future of the franchise, you know?
Yeah, but, like, Nero's a good example because Nero is obviously built to one day usurp Dante as the main character,
The successor.
and succeed him. Meanwhile, you've got like Resident Evil, which is the series of anti-proteges, where you're like, oh, we got a new character. Why do we have a new character? We have a new character because we don't want to play as old women. That's the reason.
So, like, literally, hold on. So I think I remember you said this before, but, like, none of the aged up veterans have included the girls yet, except Ada.
Except for Ada, who's Chinese, and that's fine. She's aging well, and Jill, who was mutated by Wesker's
and
experiments,
blonde now. Yeah,
which is so she's blonde and is not aging.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Meanwhile, Wooly, I gotta look up when RE6 came out. Resident Evil takes place in, like, more or less modern day, right? So Sherry Birkin is approximately 10 years old in 1998. 14 years later, she becomes a playable character in Resident Evil 6 in her mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
That was 13 years ago, which would make Sherry Birkin in her 30s, which means we will never see her again.
Claire would be what, 50, 45?
Claire is 20 in 98. So she'd be 27. She'd be 47.
Okay, can we just...
Leon is 48.
Okay, but we could also just inject Claire with the goop.
Nope, never happened.
We can do it. It ain't too late.
Nope. That's why. No, Jill got hit with the goop.
Yeah, but do it to Claire too then. Just all of them.
Ada's Chinese and built different.
That's it.
That's the canon reason. Swear to God.
And again, the law of Chun-Li. You know, you just make the makeup a little stronger. Yeah. No, that's it though. You can have co-stars. You can have successors. You know, and they don't share the same space necessarily. And in some cases, you can, like, you don't have to replace the franchise entirely, but you can imagine the story being like, we're going to follow this character from now on. However,
really? It gets so bad in Resident Evil that in order to create a new female character, they literally jump the Resident Evil timeline forward decades into, like, the 2040s to play a female character who is grown up.
We have to go in a portal,
and that character will never return.
Oh my God,
never.
Oh, that's so incredible.
Which, like, it shows off that, like, so okay, I'm going to talk about the DLC for Resident Evil 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The DLC for Resident Evil 8 has you playing as Rose. What's Ethan's name? Ethan Winters. You play as Rose Winters, the baby,
Okay.
grown up into an adult.
Okay.
Or like a young teenager, right? In 2040-ish. And bio shit is still a problem. So that means when you play Resident Evil Requiem, you know the problem's not going to get solved. The bioterrorism remains an issue for at least 10, 15 fucking more years.
The cowardice is so surprising considering, like, meanwhile over here, like, Lady and Trish are getting up there, you know?
Okay, well, Trish is a devil.
Yeah. But she looks...
And,
she looks grown.
And ladies... Shut up.
Yeah, she, you know, but this is just a different franchise, you know. In any case, I think one thing's for certain is I would not be mad at the game that featured Nero replacing Dante, but I know that it would be a bad idea to make a Devil May Cry game without a Dante in it.
They would have to have like 2 new characters that blew people the fuck away.
Or unlock him and it's not a story thing, but he's still here for fun.
Yeah, he's still there.
Right. You know, you do the story, you walk back to the bar, you kick the door in, and he's like, "Hey!" And then then Dante's not playable, right?
No, you know, it's Nero and Tony Redgrave.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine.
And he just happens to play just like Dante.
But I would not hate the torch pass in the way, you know, that like leads into this, because Nero's fucking rules. I would potentially not play Bayonetta 4. Like, I might just skip it.
Oh, if it's Viola?
Viola only?
Oh, I'm not playing that. No way. No
way. Could you imagine?
And it's not just because I strongly dislike the character. It's not because she has the shittiest action game fit ever. Like that scarf and glasses, god awful, just trash. It's because she's a way less fun character to play than Bayonetta.
Done and done.
She is way worse at every level.
Yo, the game.
They had to patch her to be better in an action game.
Violetta. I just don't want that. I don't want it at all.
Like I would rather play fucking Atreus as the main character of God of War than goddamn Violetta or whatever the fuck her name is in Bayo. And I don't even particularly like Atreus.
And the thing is too is like the difference between I showed up for this, I got this, and oh look, there were bonus other fun playable characters versus the meat is gone and all you have is the extra, you know? Yeah, you gotta, unless you completely overhaul everything about her. That which is also, potentially viable, but fuck that.
I would rather play Totek. Is his name Totek?
Totek. Yeah. Totek.
Fucking a new Tomb Raider game than Lara Croft than fucking play as Viola in a new Bayonetta game.
Play as the other girl in instead of Samanosuke, Onimusha, for the whole game.
Kaede?
Yeah,
fuck it. I can't believe I remember that character.
That's wild. I played it not that long ago and didn't have shit.
Played that game in like 20 years.
That's crazy that you pulled that out, especially considering how bad she plays.
Yeah, she's a way worse version than Samanosuke.
The game is not fun.
Onimusha 1 was way more fun in 2006. Onimusha 2 probably holds up.
I mean, like RE4, it's like, okay, you switch characters so that you can establish the feeling of helplessness before you get back to being in control and fucking dominating everything. That's not what they were going for here. Here it was like, no, she's got tech and stuff and can do her own moves and just is infinitely more annoying. Anyway, All right, and let's take one last one here from Agro Will.
Oh, hey, Aggro Will.
Dear Pooby and Wooby, what
I'm
are
the Poobie, yeah.
what are the worst times you've drawn parallels or used terms when talking about subjects that have nothing to do with games? You all love to break down almost everything into FGC speak. Guilty as charged.
I try not to.
Because
It's hard.
but there are instances where you stop and go, "Oh no, I'm way too deep in, and this is just nonsense to any other human beings." The worst for me is sometimes something I can't get out of my head. I'm not masturbating. I'm labbing my dick. I'm
Yeah?
not. I'm not even a fighting game fan. That's just purely brain rot from listening to you two. Happy New Year, and may your moves always be plus or minus or whatever they're supposed to be. So all I can say to this is like, there's the times where the brain rot is real, and it's just like I'm grabbing for an analogy of
Yeah.
what I know, and what I know is fucking the archives running through here.
Sure.
However, the thing with the FGC in particular is that like a lot of the time it's super funny in the FGC to compare shit in real life to some dumb like tech or some, to use those words. It's just it's sometimes the funniest thing to do in any given moment is just drop a term that should not apply there, which is, to be honest, our entire humor style.
Little bit.
Right?
Little bit.
So oh shit, you know, like someone literally was describing how they went on a date with somebody and there were so many red flags that they had to backdash out of their life. Just like, you know, like there's things where it's just it shortcuts to it, and it's funny. But I remember at one point when I was recording with Min, and I was trying to break down the difference between our humor and how but like his type of humor versus my type of humor and how it sort of works. And I was kind of going, it's the same thing every time. It's take the subject you're looking at and then take a thing that it vaguely resembles from pop culture somewhere, mix them together, and then that's obvious, but not that funny in and of itself. So what you have to do is go to a supporting character from thing A and a supporting character from thing B and fuse those, and then this is the funny thing, because the first layer is duh. The second layer is, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that's it. You know, it's the same thing every time. You fusion, and then you go to the supporting or two or even 3 steps away to get the actual punchline every single time. It's not that deep. It's very predictable. It's not about Mario and Tony Soprano. It's about Luigi and fucking Sil. You know, or fucking Moltisanti, and then to that extent, fucking Carmine and Bowser. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it just you run further away with it. It's stupid.
You've completely lost me.
Okay,
like
that's
100%.
That's
like
okay.
You've like 100% completely lost me.
That's okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna hurt myself in the fucking confusion.
That no problem. But hey, when Wario and Big Puss. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what it is. Because now, like the first layer of that is nothing, but you go to Wario and Big Puss, and that's actually fucking like, whatever the fuck that is closer to what I'm talking about. It's not the first layer. It's the third step away from the fusion concept that becomes the punchline. And you go back through Best Friends history, and that's every fucking joke ever made. Whether you like it or not, that's what it is.
Who's Big Puss? Like, what?
Better yet, if the character has a voice, then you could start doing the voice of thing A and apply it to the words of thing B, right? So you take you know that's all you gotta do. You gotta you start doing.
It's just Mad Libs. I think you're just describing Mad Libs.
But it's
as soon as you said
even
that,
dumber.
I'm like, well, what if Richard Nixon was doing your tour guide?
But it's like Big Puss getting fucking offed and then going wah wah Wario, and then coins pop out. You know, like it's just you. It's the same reason.
To the audio only listener, I'm staring with my eyes glazed over and my mouth agape, just shaking my head a little bit, just like fucking.
It's the reason why Tony Soprano holding a gun from Halo is very funny.
Sopranos, Italians.
It's fun. It's the reason why Tony Soprano holding the Halo fucking Arbiter gun is funny. Like, that's it. That's all.
The Tony. I think what's actually way funnier than anything you said was you said the Halo Arbiter gun, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you mean by that.
No, because Arbiter has the blade. It's the fucking Covenant gun. You know, whatever. The gun that. You
mean the sword?
No. He's shooting the Is it the dart?
The spiker?
I think it's a spiker. I don't remember what its name, but I think
Needler.
One of those. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it's Qui-Gon. Hey, it's Quan Chi.
Yeah,
hello.
No, I don't know why that. I legit. I've gone back.
Hello,
to look at
Qui-Gon from Star Wars and Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat.
I remember that moment. I don't know if you even I said Qui-Gon Chi once.
That's it.
And Matt and I just started laughing for like 10 minutes, and I thought there was like a setup to it, but there was nothing.
No.
It was just the idea of Quan Chi's face.
Yes.
On like the pyre with everyone crying that just killed my ass.
And so I remember I sat down and I explained to Min, I was like, that's all our jokes are. There's nothing special going on here. It's just the same thing over and over.
Most of it just like a version of Wouldn't That Be Silly?
That's it, and that's all.
If
this thing is not supposed to be this thing, but what if Aryan Resurrection? That's it.
Like, this reminds me. I was watching some old Northern Lion clips, and he broke down like his version of this exact discussion. He's like, "Do you want to know how you become the next Northern Lion? See something stupid someone in your chat said, and act like it's destroying society." Just drill down on how this dumb little thing is like the one problem with society.
Get it fucking twisted. Get it twisted.
And once he said that, I'm like, oh my God. That's like every clip I've ever seen.
That's really good. That's really good. Yup. There you go. I'm telling you. Like, once you distill our shit down to its most core, there's nothing under the wheel here. There's hamsters.
You guys can do it too. It's really easy.
Take two concepts, vaguely related, and jump 2 steps further. All right. That'll.
I think that is actually the style of humor, that Mario Metal Gear thing. What if Mario but serious?
Yeah. The entirety of the fucking 1,000-Year Door LP is literally just that. You know, like every single moment of all of our humor.
Like, the whole Final Fantasy X playthrough rides on the concept of what if Waka lived in the real world
and was actually a Ku Klux Klan member. That's all we had going for every episode, you know. And you put
it was solid though. You
put the racist things that they say into fucking Waka's voice, and you get gold. That's it, right? It's not enough for him to be racist against the Albed. He has to be the most racist. What's the most racist thing in our world in that context? These assholes. Okay. Where do you go from there? It's not the literal what's happening to the Albed. You put him in the fucking clan outfit. You know, and then what do you do next? You start asking questions, brother. You start saying and using the weird fucking vagaries and online race realism talk that people use online, and you just put him into that place because race realist is another step away from clan member in terms of going to like what's silly about funny and racist shit, right? So it's not the obvious thing about the racism against the Albed. It's the guys online theory crafting.
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, did you know that Albed do 80% of the crimes in Spira despite making only 12% of the population?
Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's because of the Machina. It's because of the Machina.
Right? Despite being 12% of the population, they do 49% of the crimes, brother. Like, it's just, I'm just saying, you know? Like, it's just
Wait, why are you Yogi Bear now? Did you hear that?
No.
He fucking backslid into full-blown Yogi.
Hey, boo-boo.
And now I'm boo boo. What the fuck is going on? We gotta end this show. This show sucks.
1488, boo boo. No.
No, don't do that. No. Don't
Fucking
don't
Yogi.
put that fucking juju on me.
God damn it, Yogi.